she got ass, but her ass, it seems softer. Quick to separate with that cash, I lean off you. 5 a.m. gotta fly in the morning. Last nigga would've died on the corner. Last better arrive in the morning. Last nigga too shy, can't afford it. Trust in me. Now it's I just wanna vibe tonight. Do you wanna ride tonight? Tell her she don't want to lie tonight. Oh babe, wanna stay. Bitches wanna get a piece, but they don't wanna pay. You can spell that shit correctly, end it with a K. I just wanna get some pussy, she just wanna lay. No ride, so high. Pull up close enough to see him, shoot him in the eye. Bitch, you live another day, you look up at the sky. Wanna get it back in blood, but you don't wanna die. Like you ain't need me. Gave you all that shit, now I don't feel the same. Even left it at your house, I really gave you game. Probably wanna call my phone, but I got on the plane. 5 a.m. gotta fly in the morning. Last nigga would've died on the corner. Last better arrive in the morning. Last nigga too shy, can't afford it. Trust in me. Now it's I just wanna vibe tonight. Do you wanna ride tonight? Tell her she don't have to lie tonight. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey. 5 a.m. gotta fly. Last nigga wanna die. Last better arrive. Last nigga too shy. Now I just wanna vibe tonight. Do you wanna ride tonight? Tell her she don't have to lie Hey, at 5 a.m. I got a flight. That last nigga died on the corner. Hey, them bags better arrive, they better come. I mean, that last nigga was too shy, he gotta get the fuck up out of here. He wasn't doing too much, like, yeah.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the Bookit Sports community around the world. How are we feeling? How are we doing? 2-3 on the hardwood yesterday. Not how we wanted it to go. However, shout out Rav, got nice again. Shout out Chelly with the Chele, got nice again. Everybody's cashing except Trent and I. Because we were on the dirty Los Angeles Rams. And they're botted. They're botted. I killed the streak. That's on me. That is on me. I killed the streak.
It's all right. I went to bed last night. I was always taking the Rams. It's whatever, man. It's whatever.
Oh, I mean, dude, when it comes down to it, I killed the streak.
No, dude. The Rams were just fucking terrible, bro. Terrible. And now looking back at it, it was always the Dolphins, bro. Like, why was that spread so short?
Dude, I went through your heater, like, of all the check marks. The amount of bets I could have tailed through that heater that were grosser than the Rams was just, like, incredible.
The Rams weren't gross at all, though.
No, they weren't gross. The Dolphins were fucking
Yeah,
gross.
they were disgusting.
Taking 2.5 points.
And it moved to 3.
I know. And I knew it was dead when I saw the graphic. Quote, the book really needs Dolphins. I literally moved on.
It was actually over. I think I'm going to be on Night Sweats again tonight because we got college b-ball on, and I need a good sweat because that was fun last night. I don't know. Just that rant, like, it just felt like that first half, like, I don't understand even the play calls from Sean McVay. Like, it didn't even, like, it'd be like Kyron Williams would get, like, it seemed like he was averaging 8 yards a carry, and then the minute we'd have to throw the ball, even when the Dolphins had the box stacked, he couldn't even find him.
I know. The O-line, I think, was the difference maker. They fucking sucked.
Dude, they sold.
They sucked.
It seemed like every time it was 3rd and long or 3rd and, like, 5,
sack,
and they went for the sack, there was just no one. But it wasn't even like Sean McVay adjusted for it. Like, it was like, okay, we know it's coming. Let's get the ball out quick. Like, it would just be like, all right, Matt Stafford takes a normal drop back. No extra help, no extra blocker, and he just eats, like, and then we're, like, out of field goal range a couple times because he just, like, ate a 15-yard sack.
Taking a page out of our book.
Literally. Shout out E-Dog, tier 1 sub. Gift to Nicky Gambles.
Yeah, I know, and Kyron was wide the fuck open.
I know, that was fucked.
Can't believe I Successfully faded the Cavenders. Made no money on it.
Dude.
Moose shit.
Such a sharp play, too. Just fading both of them in the same
Both of
game.
them, same gamer, bro.
What are the odds they both bot in
I
a
know.
close game?
I know.
That's actually hysterical. We also had a 4-leg piece McGob on Night Sweats. Shout out, Raf.
Shout out Rab, bro. He's over here splooging for his fucking get nice. I bet.
It's actually nothing that makes me angrier than when a 3-leg parlay comes home, but you can't give me one green square.
Yep.
One.
Same with Shelly. Dude, Shelly texted me last night saying, I'm only allowed one of these all year, bro. Once a season. Placed it twice. It's that nice. Had 2K, 2 racks on 2-piece PrizePicks lineup. 2 under assists.
Oh.
They're minus 1,000 on the books.
I know how this.
Minus 1,000 for both of these young gentlemen to not get an assist. Do you know how many both of them had?
I would guess combine 5.
They both had 2 assists.
So 4.
You cannot, dude. Dude, I was so mad. So fucking mad, bro.
How do they even have that?
No idea.
Those 2 guys hadn't had an assist in their last 5, and they were up for normal square
Yeah.
assists.
How is that possible?
Minus 1,000 on books. He goes, yo, go tell me what it is on the books. Oh, wait, you can't because it's not there because it's minus 1,000.
Because it's minus 1,000.
Yeah. Yeah. Both of them. Assists.
What was his name? CC?
CC and Slavin. So mad, dude. So fucking
Trent's just
pissed.
sitting there, and you're just trying to go, no.
It was the
What,
most
dude?
coin I had on anything
No.
last night. Yeah.
That was your biggest wage?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, and I almost smacked a super goat. Almost. Tua fucked it.
Tua actually botted that whole game away. The Dolphins should not have won that game. The Dolphins should not have covered that game. The Rams really just played that bad. I genuinely do feel that. And I know that's the most botted gambling thing of all time to just be like, well, I didn't deserve to win. The Dolphins did nothing exceptional in that game to have won that game.
Yeah. I
It
mean,
was every time the Rams touched the ball, it was just shit down leg.
what was the Dolphins prop to take last night? Because nothing
Waddle.
hit. Waddle.
That was it.
Tyreek touchdown. Field goals. There's nothing else you could have took. No receptions. A-chain. See ya. Didn't do jack. Fucking Mostert getting 40 receiving yards and what's his name getting 5.
Oh, yeah, that one Mostert
Dude.
reception was just the nail in the coffin.
Nail and cough. 2 completions. That's what chalked my 6-man, bro.
I will say, though, good morning, Matt. I will say, though, I don't want to just keep it negative. TMA Gangbang came home.
Wow. I thought it didn't hit.
No, it hit.
Now Coppin
By
State,
1-3.
they had 45 points. It was under 47 and a half.
47.
Wow. He was
Team
bitching.
total, under.
He was bitching at you.
No, I was
Smacked.
like, dude, they can't score 10 in 7 minutes.
Yeah.
And they ended up scoring 8 points. Unbelievable out of Josh. Shout out to TMA Gangbang.
Let's go. Let's go.
We might have to do it again just because we
Might
hit.
have to. Dude, I was going through the slate yesterday. We were awfully sharp overall.
I went 2 and 3. Also,
Dude.
I'm done with the sharp shit.
Why?
Austin P was the better team,
Yeah.
and they were plus chicken, and I took Chattanooga because everyone in this chat was jizzing over Chattanooga. Look at the line, look at the line. And what did I do all baseball season? Took the better team regardless of the line.
Yeah.
And I should have just taken fucking Austin P because they were the better team.
Some dude came on that TikTok stream, told me that he's best friends with player on Austin P, coming off a big win against Butler. This is a look-ahead game. They were blacked out the night before. Chattanooga's a whale.
They were
Yeah.
blacked out on a Sunday.
You guys heard it. You were there, right?
Who the fuck gets blackout on a Sunday?
I don't know, dude.
Eh,
I don't know.
dude, but my second whale yesterday, Northwestern State, came home.
That also came home, yeah.
Came home.
No, we had some whales come home. Oh, did you see Bakersfield, by the way, Josh?
Yeah, I did see that.
Did you see
And
Bakersfield?
Gardner-Webb.
No.
So I don't know if you remember, we were on Night Sweats, and I was literally just like, I'm chalking it, dude. It's like, I took Bakersfield money line. They're down fucking 15 already in the first half. They end up going down like 20 in the second half. And then I don't know if you remember, right before you got up and left, someone in the chat was like, Mikey, hold on, the Bakersfield sweat is on. And I checked and they were down like 5 after being down like 20 the whole second half. End up storming back, flipping the script, won by like 10.
They
No
won by
way.
5. Yeah, they won by 5.
Won by like 5. It was nuts.
Covered.
It was nuts.
That's insane.
They won. Let's go. Shout out Bakersfield.
It was always Hawaii.
Yeah, I was going to say, we might be off that.
Yeah,
Fading
why did
Hawaii.
everyone bitch at me for that? Also, they won the race to 10. I cashed as I fell asleep last night. They won the race to 10, and they won outright.
Yeah,
Race.
Like, that's why you take them on the island.
dude.
Everyone was bitching at me about Pacific last night.
I know.
Just take the island.
There's a team that played yesterday that I think might be really slept on, and it's Seacon. That team might actually
Seacon.
be decent. I'm not even joking. Like, they might actually
That's
be
where you're
decent.
coming from?
Yes.
They might be underrated.
They're going to be my wag this
Seacon.
year. I'm going to be riding them every game.
Chat.
Did Hawaii,
Seacon.
Every game.
Seacon.
Did Hawaii cover?
did Hawaii win the race to 10?
I thought so. I thought it was green on my book. Maybe I got my soul sucked, actually.
Might be calling cap here.
Maybe I got my soul sucked. How do I go back and check?
I'll check for you.
I'm going down in the feed.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they lost race to 10.
No way.
Yeah, they did.
Oh my god, they lost race to 10.
No way.
They lost. It was they made it close. 11-6.
Cheech. Thanks, Mikey.
Yeah, I'm about. Sorry about that. All right, should we serve some slate?
Fake
do it.
bangs.
I was in the, I'm sorry, yeah, I'm a fake banging in 24, 24.
Totally
Dude.
fake bang.
Did you see the DM I got this morning?
I saw the notification and I like scrolled down a little bit to start reading and then I got distracted.
I
but-
mean, holy
oh, here it
shit.
is.
I mean, holy shit.
I pray your mother, the big whore, dies. I hope your whole Jesus, bro, family that's cancer. You look like a dog. You're so ugly. You son of a bitch. If you can have a woman in your life, I hope she get Jesus, bro. Son of a bitch. I'll meet you and crush your dog's head, bro. What? This looks like it was copied and pasted from my DMs.
Dude, I almost responded with, it's Chattanooga, wasn't it? I just knew that had to be like some horrible college basketball bet. But that was just like crazy.
That is wild.
All right, can we run graphic?
Graphic being ran.
Let's do it. I just want to fly in the morning.
Bet.
And we're back. Shout out to Slate Service Part of the show where we give you all the plays and parlays you need on a Tuesday. Shout out Stephen Roach, tier 1 sub, Kansas Moneyline plus Kentucky team total will feed families. All right, can I go through the lab work that I did and then we'll open it up to the general slate?
Sure.
Okay. So I did all this last night. I haven't checked the line movement, but I'll check it as we go. I'm going to take Kansas minus 5.5. The only reason they didn't cover last game is because they came out asleep in the second half after being up 20. And I think this is one of those response games where, hey, you have another big game. You fucking almost threw away game 1 because you came out flat-footed, you came out asleep, and you had to rely on getting a stop at the buzzer. And that's why they now need to be more locked in against Michigan State. I'm taking the minus 5.5. They have a better roster than Michigan State. They're a better team than Michigan State. And I love after what happened last game that you just need to be more locked in. Like you have to be. Because if you didn't come out asleep, you would have won that last game by 20 to 30 plus. So I will be taking Kansas today. I don't care about the chalk. I'm going to take LaSalle money line. It's kind of a greaser. It's kind of a juicer. But I'm taking LaSalle money line. They just have scores everywhere. I don't trust Cornell to keep pace with them. Maybe they keep it close in the first half. I think this is one of those where it's maybe back and forth all game, and then you get those starters that come back and with 5 minutes left in the second half, and they completely run away because they just have better scores and more scores than Cornell, which in college basketball I love to trust in the early season. Norfolk money line. They're just a better team. They're just a better team. I put it in all caps. They're just a better team. I don't care about the stats. I don't care about what anyone has to say about that game. I will be taking Norfolk because they're just a better team. They're better than William & Mary. You can get plus 102. They're just a better team. Temple minus 6.5. I think it just goes without saying. They're just kind of a little wagon for me this year. Jamal Mashburn is averaging 25 points per game. When you get a game like that in college basketball, there's not many teams that can stop a kid that's averaging almost 30. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the team with the spread of a guy that's averaging 30 in college basketball, and that spread's now up to 10. That's insane. 6.5 last night. Now it's 10. Holy shit.
Yeah.
4 points. Mother of God. I might take 10. I'm not sure. I'm taking. Now I got to check these spreads as I go. Sorry, guys. I should have updated. I didn't know that would jump 4 whole fucking points.
Which game?
Temple. That's a huge jump. I'm taking Tennessee Tech. It was -5.5 last night. It's -7.5. I don't care. I'll take it up to 10.5. I think Tennessee Tech beats West Georgia by 30+. When I looked at this Tennessee Tech team, their first 3 guys in their rotation could each give you 25. And West Georgia might be one of the worst programs in the country.
Name one player on Tennessee Tech.
I mean, I had it memorized last night, but I don't have it now. Spread moved 2 points in my favor.
I would have
though.
respected the fuck out of you, but
I had it last night. I don't
okay.
write down the players. I just write down like what I thought.
You
when
sound
I looked at it.
insanely dialed.
I'm taking Lafayette moneyline. I'm more impressed with their losses than UPenn's wins. I think in the early season when you get 2 teams like this that no one wants to bet on, you got to look at the team that's a little bit more battle-tested, and I'm a little bit more impressed with the way Lafayette has lost to the teams that they've lost to than the teams that UPenn has won, so I'm going to take Lafayette moneyline to beat UPenn here. Also, they bang bucks, not buckets.
That's when I
It's
tail.
just a fact.
That's when I tail.
I'm taking Monmouth moneyline, same reasoning as above. I'm more impressed with Monmouth's losses than the other team's wins. I also think this is just a great spot to grab Monmouth. I don't know if these lines have moved a lot. I probably should have done an update on the lines just to make sure I'm not giving you a -200 money line now. But last night there was a lot of very short money lines, so I was trying to feast on the short money lines. I'm taking Siena money line. They're going to run this team out of the gym. They're going to run this team out of the gym. I looked up Siena, and when I was looking at this game, I love their starting rotation. I just think this is a great spot for them in this game. Also, +114, I'll take that against American any day of the week. I think they run American out of the fucking gym. I'm taking UCF, FAU over 153.5. Both these teams score an insane clip. UCF plays 0 defense. FAU plays 0 defense. When they win in the 90s and 80s. So I'm just going to take this game to soar the fuck over. I am going to take Kentucky.
Wow.
I'm going to take Kentucky. Solely because the pieces that Kentucky added are more veteran than what Duke has. The fact that Kentucky has a guy like Jackson Robinson who played in every big game possible last year for BYU and in crunch time was able to hit every big shot, I trust that more than Duke with a bunch of freshmen, even though it is Cooper Flagg. So I'm going to fade Duke in this spot, and I'm going to take Kentucky +6.5, and I wouldn't be shocked if this is possibly the game where Cooper Flagg maybe gets punched in the mouth for the first time in his college basketball career, and then Duke goes on a crazy streak and bangs on everybody. But just big game, I'm going to fade Cooper Flagg in a massive game. I'm taking Delaware money line. They just have more seniority in their starting 5. I'm not relying on the other team for a freshman to average 15 points per game. I'd rather take Delaware with 4 guys that are juniors and seniors in their starting 5 early on to beat a team that has relying heavily on a freshman guard. That's my splooge.
That's your splooge?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's what I got.
I liked most of the splooge.
That's what I got.
Thoughts on Kansas, Michigan State?
Kansas. I'm going to take Kansas. They're just like a better team. And they didn't cover last game because they were up 20 going into the second half, and they came out so flat against
Dude,
UNC.
that was nuts.
You didn't talk about TCU.
I didn't talk about TCU. They just scare
Do
me.
we know who's on TCU now?
Yeah, Trezarian. But did you know he's not getting like any burn?
He got 14 minutes last game, went 4 for 5. So maybe
Ooh, uptick now.
maybe he might be getting a little more burn.
Uptick now.
I think I might take them.
I don't hate TCU.
It's like, I mean, it's got to be like a semi rivalry, right? Texas State, like, I mean, it's not like a real rivalry, but in-state school.
My only thing about TCU is that I bet on them in their second game when they were -15.5, a very similar spread, and it was like a 2.5 point game, I'm pretty sure. So it just feels like another weird spread, but at home, maybe if Trezarian White gets going, I mean, he's going to be huge for them, so I don't know why they don't use him.
Yeah, no, makes no sense.
Obviously, I will be locking in Providence -22.5, even though we're junk.
Jump.
Don't tail that.
Jansen.
But I will be locking it in. Also, like games like South Carolina Towson, like South Carolina, just keep in mind, lost every big piece last year. Like Mitchie Johnson is on Ohio State now, so just be careful betting on those big name teams just because they were a big name last year. Penn State -32 is probably a free wager against St. Francis. Penn State is just beating the shit out of everyone they played. Everyone they've played, Penn State, it hasn't even been a game. Not one game this year for Penn State. So I wouldn't be shocked if they keep it going too, to be 100% honest with you.
You know what I kind of love?
Oh,
Little late night pieces. Northern Arizona plus the points against
Okay.
Stanford.
okay. I like Ole Miss minus 17.5.
Seems-
They haven't covered the last two, so I'll take them to cover them on.
Yeah.
Was there any other games that chat wanted me to talk about? Did they say anything? We did discuss Kentucky. I will be on Kentucky plus 6.5. I'm just fading Cooper Flagg in his first big game. I think everyone's going to have Duke money line in their greasers, and I wouldn't be shocked if Kentucky came out and won that game just because UNF, North Florida. I think they played last night, no?
Played Georgia.
They played Georgia today.
Mm-hmm. They're plus 14.5.
Ooh, that's a weird spread. That feels like Baylor, Sam Houston. That's a weird spread.
Want to hear my POD?
I would love to hear your POD, please. Uh-oh.
1 second.
No way. How dialed is this POD, to be honest? See, like, again, do I want to... so this is also my big thing with college basketball. Do I want to trust teams where their best player as of right now is a freshman? I don't know, because those games can go either way. They either keep busting and keep like banging 20 points, 25 points a game, or they come out like freshmen, head gets a little too big and they fucking bot. And Georgia has a lot of freshmen in their rotation. But they probably beat the shit out of North Florida just because North Florida's kind of sneaky, though. Do you trust me? Do you love me? What's your fucking POD, dude?
PODs?
No way. Is it Champions League?
No.
Fuck.
I love Old Dominion plus 4.5.
Why? But I don't hate it. Let me see if I looked at that game.
Radford's just...
What do you know about Radford?
They just struggle in the paint, dude. Old Dominion thrives there, and
How do you know this? How do you know this, huh?
it's a get-right spot, short spread for a reason, bro. The books know.
How do you know that? How do you know they dominate in
A
the
lot
paint?
of sharp action coming in on Dominion, too. That's where I want my coin.
All right, Old Dominion.
Yeah.
I don't mind that.
Plus 4.5.
I don't mind that at all.
Love them outright.
I'm going to squeak one in too.
Yeah, squeak.
POD. Bethune-Cookman plus 13.5. They're playing Purdue-Fort Wayne. Purdue-Fort Wayne lost to UCF by 7 points and beat the shit out of Bluffton, who's not a real school. And Bethune-Cookman has played Tech and Nebraska, lost both games. I just feel like the competition they've played is going to have them ready for this game.
Love that narrative.
And cover that.
I love those narratives. Well, like, honestly, some of my favorite narratives. Because a team that's 0-2, but if they're good losses, I love that.
They lost to Nebraska by only 5, and they lost by
Nebraska's-
33 to Tech. But
Just keep in mind, Nebraska might be one
No,
of
I
the
know,
biggest
but-
fades in the Big Ten this year. But I just want to put that on our
I mean,
radar.
dude, UCF's trash too.
Yeah, UCF's horrible. That's why you take
And-
that over day against FAU. It's going to bang in mouth.
Didn't FAU lose like everybody though?
Yeah, but they're averaging 93 points
Really?
a game. And they're
Still.
like banging on people. They just play really fast. Josh, there's action. Can you walk me through, please?
There's action?
There's
3 games of Maction.
Maction games today, dude. So there's one play that I actually fucking love, and it's the over in the Bowling Green game.
Wow, okay.
I love that.
57.5. That feels high.
It's high. It is high. I feel like Bowling Green's gonna do yob today. Like they're
Who's
gonna put up
losing?
40.
Who's losing outright? One of them is.
Yeah, dude. I don't know.
Or
I mean,
you-
probably
Rav-
Buffalo.
wait,
Probably
Did
Buffalo.
Rav give up on his 50 days of betting football?
I forgot about that.
Yeah, Rob, what's the deal there, bro?
Would you give up on your 50 days of betting football? What was it?
Shout out.
I didn't see that
Fuck
shit,
you,
bro.
fucking pussy ass.
I mean,
you
I
see
would
that?
say it's probably Ball State that wins, just based on the spread. But
Nah, it kind of feels like a take all 3 favorites ML and Bozo packet.
Should we do that in Night Sweats?
Shit happened.
Every Maction favorite?
it happened last week, so it's
It
probably
did
not
happen
gonna
last week.
Maybe we
That
do
would be
all
plus
3.
140.
Maybe we do. That's a perfect greaser.
Perfect reason.
Dude, just a little plus chick. What if we did all 3 underdogs?
No.
What is that?
Toledo minus 15 is fucking foul, dude.
The underdog lay pays 4,800.
You mind if I ask a question about the NBA or?
No, I want to go to the NBA next. That's literally where we were about to go. Did we milk Josh? What he
I
said?
mean, that was
Just the over?
Just the over, and then I like Ball State too. But
Dude, I'm looking forward to this Team A gangbang. I want to see what everyone gives as their play.
oh yeah,
I don't understand the NBA Cup
Sorry, go ahead.
slash like I don't get when they play games.
Can we just say, dude, I don't know if this is a hot take. As someone that's been like a massive hater for the past 4 to 5 years, dude, the NBA regular season product this year is the best I think it's been since like Dwayne Wade was in his prime.
Really?
I don't know why, dude. I've
did not
loved
think
the
you-
NBA regular season this
I
year.
did not think you were gonna go there.
interesting.
Has it not felt way more competitive than normal?
I'll say it definitely feels a little more competitive.
Like, I feel like the young kids have like the torch is finally being passed from like James Harden, Paul George, and Kevin Durant to guys like Jalen Green and Cade Cunningham that like make every game a fucking movie.
Yeah, there's just like no
Like
more,
SGA now, like all these guys, I feel like.
There's no more super team feel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like every game feels like really, really competitive now,
Yeah, like the Big Three era is definitely over with,
which is fun, dude.
which is huge. Yeah.
The NBA Cup, I think they're trying to steal it from like the Champions League.
I just like don't get it. I don't get when like there's an NBA playing games or group play today. Is their next game also an NBA group play game?
I don't
no,
think so.
No, it's like they just have like designated days.
Yeah, it's
So
gonna be like
random.
Champions League where like you'll play regular season and then you'll do like
It still
Champions
counts
League.
for regular season though.
What?
These games.
No,
count
they
at-
don't.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they do.
They
They count
count
in
towards
your
your regular season.
Well,
Then
dude,
what's
so
the point
these
of
are
it?
just like they just do this by like divisions. I think like they like make divisions and like you play the teams in your division in the group play, and then if you get out of it, then you make like the play-in. So like you're playing these teams either way. It's not like they're just like adding.
Can you
games
look
in.
up the rules of the group? I would just love to hear how they describe it on like
I don't think
NBA.com.
the playoff NBA Cup games or like the finals count for your regular
Yeah,
season.
because wouldn't that be extra games?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think those do.
those don't count. Super
Let's see.
random.
Ew, I didn't know it was
Let's
Cup Day.
see. Dude,
Like,
you
I don't know
what's-
why. This is my whole point. I don't know why they don't do this and just expand it to Europe. Like, wouldn't you like to see Barcelona play the Miami Heat and, like, you see Jabari Parker maybe, like, just, like, bust one game? Like, you would see it be competitive. Like, I think some games would be competitive. It wouldn't be like the Olympics where we just bang on these teams in Europe. Like, I think that'd be really fun.
So it's each team will play the opponents in its group once. 2 games at home, 2 games on the road. Once group play is complete, 8 teams will move on to the knockout rounds. The 6 teams that won their groups, and then 1 from each conference that has the best record out of the non-group winners.
Seems like a
Yeah, this is fucking
seems like
stupid.
a lot.
This is stupid.
So it's essentially just the top 8 teams make it to the knockout
Do you not think that'd be fun, though? Like, imagine a Real
Yeah.
Madrid of, like, 5 years ago playing, like,
Well,
the Miami Heat and it's young Luka. Like, wouldn't that be sick?
Dude, they're doing that for hockey this year. There's no playoff game. They're doing like a World Cup or like something like that. It's like the U.S., Canada, Sweden, and fuck, where else? It's another country, one other country. But like it's just like a tournament between those 4. It's kind of sick.
I have a future on who's winning the NBA Cup.
You just asked about the rules 2 seconds ago.
Well, Jovan forced it out of me.
How do you already have a future?
I know who it is.
I mean, you're all gonna fucking clown me, but
Is it the Magic?
no. But that could absolutely. I mean,
I bet the Timberwolves.
I was thinking the
win, dude.
Magic.
I don't think Paolo is.
I bet it's the
hurt,
Wolves.
Or I don't think he's playing. But
Who won
uh,
last year? The Pacers.
no, the
The
Lakers.
Lakers beat the Pacers.
Where's the futures? Is it on
I know.
FanDuel?
What the hell was that?
I think it's on FanDuel actually. But the Clippers to win the NBA
What the
Cup.
fuck, dude?
Dude, the Clipper.
What the fuck?
What's his name? Norman Powell.
Goated.
I need you to watch him play
Goated.
basketball.
He's goated.
Last night he had 2 points at halftime, and he finished with 30.
Jesus.
They're plus 10,000 to win the NBA Cup.
That's insane, dude.
10,000.
That's insane.
You think Norman
They're
Powell just
actually-
wants to own the NBA Cup?
They're actually super good, and I think they got better than Paul George left. For
Dude,
sure.
I saw something and it was like Paul George highlights, and it was like they used to call this man 6'9" Paul George, and someone quoted him and was like, "We just need to understand that these years are so far behind him, and he's not like that anymore." And dude, I kind of agree. Like, I don't
For
think
sure,
Paul
dude.
George is like even good anymore.
For sure.
Dude, I don't think he's been like good since he went to OKC.
Like, dude, I don't know if Like the Sixers might have gotten worse adding Paul George, which I feel like might have been a crazy statement to say like a year ago, 2 years ago.
I mean, the Sixers will never win anything.
Because
with
Joel Embiid's a
Joel
fucking
Embiid.
pussy, dude.
They will never win shit, bro.
Wow, now you make me want to kind of pick a winner.
Yeah, you got to pick a winner. And
The
it's
Magic
not
are plus 5,000.
the Magic are a great pick.
I'm not going to pick the Knicks.
And they're minus 8.5 tonight. So if they win, we just got. They're the biggest spread. Oh no, the Celtics are the biggest spread, but second biggest spread.
I won't pick the Knicks.
You know who's a dog?
I'm taking the Wolves. What are the Timberwolves?
Kevin Porter Jr.
Plus 1,000.
That dude.
I used
is
to
a
love
bucket.
him. I used to love him.
Yeah, he's a bucket.
Then
The way he
fucking-
gets to the rack, I'm
Yeah,
like,
then he,
fuck, dude, that is a hooper.
He also beat the shit
I
out of his
know.
girlfriend. I don't understand how is him and Miles Bridges allowed to get minutes in the NBA? There's like photo evidence.
Well, he got kicked out of the NBA, didn't he, for a
But
second?
now how is
he's
he back?
I don't know. Yeah, like what's the difference now?
Like, what is the difference now? Because I used to love Kevin Porter Jr. When I played NBA 2K with my buddies and we do like franchise, but you reset it so you just draft. I would always draft Kevin Porter Jr. like the 6th round because he's just like a bucket.
He's
Dude.
goated, bro.
Where'd he go to school, or is he a G League guy? Wait,
He
no, let
went
me
to-
think. Stop.
Didn't he go to that like academy or
No,
some shit?
he went to college.
Stop.
Don't look.
I'm
But
not looking.
didn't he go to that? Where did he go to high school? Didn't he go somewhere really good? Was it IMG or some shit?
I'm not looking, but I think
No.
it's Big 12. No.
I have no idea where he went.
Kevin Porter Jr. Let me think, dude. Fuck, I need to get this.
I want to see if Chad knows. Are they spamming? Chad's not even spamming. Oh, we got one.
Oh wow, I so knew that. How did I not know that?
It's so easy. You know.
He's not Kentucky.
No.
I
You
know.
know.
I know. I'm thinking. I really want to say Kansas. I'm seeing him in Kansas, but I don't
Mm-mm.
think it's Kansas either.
Mm-mm.
Kevin
Red.
I know. I'm seeing red.
Good.
That's why I said Kansas.
No, like red, not blue and red. Like just red is their primary color. Secondary color, something else.
Not Houston.
Bronny James.
Oh, is it USC?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so right. First time chatter nailed that too.
Yeah.
Who was on that USC team? It was him and someone else too, right?
Oof. I don't know if he had anybody on that
Fuck,
team.
he was USC. Such a dirty bastard. Fuck. Damn, I should have got that one. I knew that. Fuck. Damn it. That shit pissed me off. All right, can we jump in the PrizePicks lab really quick?
Let's do it.
By the way, Kevin Porter Jr. by the end of the year is going to be in that starting lineup on that team and averaging like 20 points a game.
Dude, yes, you will.
Like, he's fucking gross.
Need you to start looking at, dude. You could take G League PrizePicks squares now.
Stop.
Shut the fuck
Stop.
up.
Oh my.
Malachi Flynn, Thon Maker,
Look at,
TJ
can you look
Warren,
at TJ? I was
30 and a
about to say,
half.
can you look at TJ Ward?
bro.
Kylian Mbappe.
Women's CBB G
Ew,
League
Cam Whitmore's
Euro. I'm about to
gross.
dial in.
Cam Whitmore's gross. Oh, you can also take Euroball.
Can we take Malachi?
Carson Edwards Euroball on Bayern Munich. Wait, there's a fake Devin Booker on Bayern.
Yeah.
Who is that? Who's the fake Devin Booker?
With a
Why does
period.
Bayern have like goats? Like, you don't think watching Bayern with Carson Edwards and Shabazz Napier against like the
Dude.
Magic would be so much fun?
Andreas Opes is good too. He's the dude that played for Germany. He's actually
Wow, Alpha Diallo from Providence.
They got our girl Juju Watkins
Ew, she's gross.
or Lauren Betts.
Isaiah Cannon. That's a name.
That is a name.
Bulls legend.
Wow, dude, I kind of want to die. Kendrick Nunn on
Dude.
Panthiakos.
3 Cola is still playing basketball. Nikola Mirotic.
That's fucking nuts.
Dude, they got Malachi Flynn at 28.5. That dude's still hooping. He had 50 in the NBA game.
These are the craziest names I've ever seen. Mario Hezonja's up for 14.5 for Real Madrid.
Dude. Theo Maladon. Do you remember that guy?
Serge
Yeah,
Ibaka
dude.
is up for Real Madrid.
Shut up.
And so is Marco Bellinelli.
Saban Lee, Kendrick Nunn.
I know, this is
Dude,
nuts.
these are like actual goats.
Who do they have for 3 points? Mike James was goated for the Nets for like a season.
Jerry Grant.
Mirotic.
Jordan Norton. Dude, they literally the NBA just plays in Europe now.
Why is PrizePicks so dialed in?
They have every
Fournier.
All right, let me check PrizePicks really quick.
Marco Bellinelli.
Bellinelli.
How does he still play basketball, dude? He was on the Bulls like
Yeah. I
in
don't know.
2010.
No idea, bro.
Guys, for PrizePicks squares for college, I'm not gonna force lineups now in the morning. I'm just gonna tell you what squares I like and then let the day play out and then give them out on either like Twitter or Snapchat or something. Because I keep placing these lineups and then everything moves and it's really annoying. I do like Zeke Mayo against Michigan State. He went into an absolute scoring drought in the second half against UNC. But he's their number one. He jocks, he drives, like he is their number one scoring option 100%. But I also like sneaky DeJuan Harris points again. That was an electric sweat. First game of the year. He literally got it in the he had 0 points or 2 points going into the second half. When all else failed, they went back to him and he finished with, I think it was like 10 points. Yeah. And he cashed in legacy fashion. So that was fun. Wouldn't mind going back. I'm looking at the LaSalle guys. I would like to pick one of them. I just need to see which one I like more once I look at the lineups and matchups a little bit better. For Baylor, I don't mind this being the Jeremy Roach game. The kid is junk. After watching him in person against NC State last year in March Madness, it made me despise him. But he can score the rock, so I wouldn't be shocked if he scores the rock today. My favorite PrizePicks square today, similar to Braden Smith yesterday, if anyone tailed that shit was green in the first half, is Jackson Robinson on Kentucky more than 12 points against Duke. He is the sharpshooter from BYU, the transfer over Kentucky. He's played in every big game for BYU. He used to come off the bench, and he bangs buckets in big games. He's got ice in his veins, and I wouldn't be shocked if he drops 20 today against Duke because he is the senior guard that's going to bust. That would be my favorite square on PrizePicks today by far. I love his points today against Duke. I also don't think anyone really matches up well with how well he shoots the ball. And then other than that, I'll jump over to the NBA. Does anyone have NBA squares that they enjoy?
I love Luke Littler 2.5 180s thrown.
You got to be fucking me.
Paired with Serge Ibaka.
That might be the lineup of the century, dude. Serge Ibaka rebounds with Luke Littler 180 balls. That is fucking foul.
Please hear me out, chat. Serge Ibaka, Luke Littler.
Please hear me out. Please hear me out.
All right, y'all dial in.
Oh, Joel Embiid and Paul George up on board against the Knicks today. Of course they make their return against the Knicks. That's just the most classic Joel Embiid bullshit of all time. Tell me, do you love me?
I got to play.
Oh.
Little pee-pee.
Okay.
Give me Terrion Stewart more than 119.5 rushing yards. Demon. Bowling Green's running back.
Josh? That's so many.
Give me dude, Western Michigan's defense is not good against the run at all. And they're going to be up in this game. I wouldn't be surprised if he had like a 75-yard touchdown in this game.
75 yards.
Also, I don't want to take away from your craft time, but I just want to know if you've glanced at the board this weekend at all.
For
PPWC.
I was kind of looking last night a little bit. I did a soft glaze.
I did a soft glaze too.
I
was looking for full red geysers just to have something to bring to the table in terms of nuggets.
I don't love that.
No, not to.
I don't
pitch,
want full red.
just,
I don't want full red geysers in the war room meeting.
No, that's fine. But if there's a legitimate sell job behind it, you got to hear me out.
Yeah, I'll hear you out.
But I just like having some nuggets to come to the table with. Not to say I'm going to pitch this square, but Lamar Jackson is a full green gob pass yards. Who do you think he's playing?
We're
Who
not
do you think
doing
he's
this.
playing?
We took Lamar last year. We can't go back.
He's playing the Steelers.
He ain't going over 250 pass yards, I'll tell you that.
Dude, the Steelers are just in a fucking shootout, were they not?
They gave up like 27 points or something.
And Lamar's averaging 300 pass yards a game. And they got that shit at 250.
You want to fade Lamar for $1 million?
Just throwing nuggets? Just throwing nuggets?
But just like, do you hear that though?
Hey, I don't give a fuck what we have to do.
Do you know what I could tell you should go in there? Jonathan Taylor rushing yards against the Jets.
Yeah, that's literally free.
That could be a
Like that, dude. The defense. I don't know if you guys are kid. Like the locker room is gone.
gone.
No, yeah.
Has
The
to be
locker
gone.
room
You just-
is gone.
You just lost by 30 to fucking Cardinals.
The locker room's gone.
Honestly, I think Josh Jacobs rushing yards could be a good look against the Bears this week too. Their running backs always murder us in GTA.
I'm looking forward to our craft sash for sure.
I'm pumped.
If they put this receptions up, I might have to come with another less than.
Can I just
Tyler
like,
Conklin, listen, one and a.
can I just like share a nog with you that if they put it up, like
Sure.
things might get ugly.
Sure. Things might get ugly.
There's gonna be a argument in the room if there's a Jared Goff interception square on the board.
What, like you want it in there?
Less than.
After
they just do
throwing
5.
There's gonna be an argument.
Dude, and they're going to be minus 13. They're probably not going to be throwing the
I
ball that
know,
much.
dude. That's why I'm bitching
Yeah.
about Goff yards this week.
Yeah, that could be a shout.
Could be
What
a
if I
shot.
told you Calvin Ridley's going to get absolutely strapped against Minnesota?
Oh my god.
What if I told
Wow.
you? What if I told you he's going to get strapped?
And he just scored.
Mikey might
strapped.
be in his duff.
If they give me Calvin Ridley receptions, he's literally getting strapped.
Why is that?
That
Who-
Minnesota secondary is going to put a seatbelt on him.
Who did we fade?
Hollywood Brown.
Hollywood, yeah.
against the Browns.
Yeah. I mean, the Vikings probably have the best defense in the league this year. One of them, they're top 3.
Similar narratives too.
Yeah.
I feel like you could look at Denver against Ray McLeod. He could get strapped too. I'm
I'm
done giving unders.
I'm excited though.
I'm done. I'm done giving unders. I'm done. There's just really like the problem is with this like NFL board that when I was looking at it is it, and I don't know if this is just my stinky poopy brain. I feel like it's going to be a horrible weekend for props. Not even just saying that. Like looking at the matchups, I feel like it's a lot of mid-tier team offenses against like really good defenses. I just feel like that's going to be a horrible weekend for props.
I've got another one that I just want to throw out there in the universe. Brock Bowers receptions against Miami. They're plus 7.5.
Ooh.
They'll be feeding.
I mean, we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
No green gobs.
So
No green.
the goal is you have to win the most money, right? It doesn't matter how you get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, but if we lose on a green gob, bro, we'll never hear the end of it, and we'll always be thinking about why did we do that. There's not a worse feeling than losing on a green gob. I did
I
it
agree.
last night. I did
I
it
agree.
last night. I felt like a fucking bozo.
I agree. Like, dude, all these matchups are kind of junk, dude.
When are we going to craft? Thursday?
I think so, yeah.
I'll tell you where we could get some more than just Chiefs Bills. That's just that game literally goes over. It doesn't matter what you think is going to happen. That game goes over every single time.
You're not wrong.
Dude, like these are just like Rams Patriots. What the fuck do you take in that?
Miss me with that.
Like what do you even Brown Saints? That game is fucking disgusting.
Ew. Jameis Winston.
Rams, Patriots, Drake May's rush yards. He always rips one.
I don't want to have to watch Drake May rush yards.
Dude, he can move.
Like, dude, I feel like there's going to be a lot of squares that I hate in our lineup. Because it's going to be like watching just like
No,
bullshit.
I want us to all.
yeah.
Like Packers,
There's
Bears,
also, like,
I'm
a
sorry, but
recipe.
you could take
Yeah,
every
but there's-
lesson on the Bears.
But we're not. There's only one square from those games.
Just fade DJ Moore. You're Jeff.
Yeah. Literally.
What is that? So, but you have to have 3 in the Sunday night. Or 2.
I think it's 3, which is crazy.
Jesus.
I know.
Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase stackage.
We might need.
No, I think you take J.K. Dobbins. Just go fucking ballistic
Dude,
on
yeah,
that
that's what
Bengals
Adam's got
line.
Wales.
100%
saying.
Dobbins.
Dude,
100%.
I think you take 2 Chargers because the Bengals defense is that bad.
That's what Adams got Wales was saying.
I love J.K. Dobbins in that spot. I also wouldn't hate like Quinn.
He said, J.K. Dobbins is speaking to me early. Bengals run D will get torched, and he's had a subpar game yesterday. Gus is back, but he's still got plenty of carries. Not too worried about the opening line at 56.5.
DJ, your table at 27 is ready. Thank you. Yeah, dude, I love J.K. I also wouldn't hate Demon Quentin Johnson yards. The minute J.K. gets going, they still have Justin Herbert on a play action. Just make him run in a straight line.
Maybe Adams got
Throw
Wales
that
could be
up.
the diff.
Or Lad McConkey reception. Everything easy over the middle, dude.
I was saying, what if we got things started with the Sunday night feet?
Feet would be
Feet would be.
all time. I think you pick one, though. I think it's Evan. Joe's going to struggle.
Not the combo, John.
I think Joe's going to struggle.
Longest
I don't
field
see
goal?
Justin Herbert struggling.
I think you go combo longest because the stadium's semi-indoor.
Combo Llamas is so hard, dude.
We're crafting Thursday.
Yeah, we're crafting. Also, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, the PPWC, the Prize World Championship, is this weekend. Please go sign up for Team Trent. Go to prizepicks.com/PPWC. Sign up for Team Trent. You get a chance at some free lineup money. And if we win, you get money, correct?
What's up?
If we win,
If we win, you win a $5,000 lineup.
a $5,000 lineup. And you think we're not winning? Do you hear how dialed we already are? Do you hear how dialed we already are?
Bro, I was watching Steve will do it last night on his stream.
Yeah.
Spamming Huff and Puff $100 spins. So every time he's clicking the button, $100. And I watched him piss away $10K in probably 2 minutes. It was insane. And I'm like, fuck, dude, he's goosing it up for me.
Goosing, dude.
He's goosing it up.
What time are we doing the cook sesh? That's a good question.
I don't know. Probably like during night sweats time.
I think we have everyone bring 3 squares because I think last time we did it was a little too disjointed. I think like everyone brings 3 squares. We hear the pitches, and then if we want to hit the board as a group, we do that as well. Because I think last time it was like literally everyone scoring through the board, just being like, "What about this? What about that? What about this?" I think everyone comes with 3 good cell jobs and some squares. Go from there.
Yeah.
I think we almost make people make like a presentation.
That'd
like
be funny.
Put the guys up on, like a little PowerPoint.
I would actually love that.
I would love that.
Yeah.
That'd be so funny.
Let's do that.
Last time everyone was beefing. Yeah, we do beef.
Yeah, we cannot have beef, bro. Yeah, remember last time we did it and there was no fucking props up.
I know, so bad.
So bad.
They've gotten a lot better, just like in general, about putting him up early.
We're like, Alvin Kamara's gonna be in every single lineup,
We were like,
and he was in every single lineup except ours.
Except ours.
And he was free.
And he didn't do anything, right? Or did he grab?
No, I think he grabbed.
I think he grabbed against the Bears.
Yeah, because I think like Kyle, we were like, dude, Kyle's put together the worst lineup of all time.
Adam's got whales. I was just glazing your Dobbins sell job.
Business trip, Adam. Business trip. All right, that'll do it. Oh, the gangbang. Sorry, can we do that really quick?
Yeah, what's the gangbang?
Sorry, can we do the gangbang really quick?
Let's do it really quick.
What is the gangbang? Is it a
You give one play, Josh gives one
both
play. Yeah.
Is it a 3-legger?
4. We put 5 in.
Yeah, we put 5. So we'll do Josh gives a play, Trent gives 2 plays, I'll give 2 plays.
All right, I'm gonna put St. Joe's +3.
Okay. I'm gonna do Kentucky +6.5, and I also want to do LaSalle money line
+6.5. Wait, there's 6.5.
+6.5.
LaSalle ML.
Yeah.
Why are the Magic -8.5?
Because
Shelly was
guy.
crashing out.
Yeah, let's put the Magic in there. Shelly's crashing?
I don't know. They're saying someone said Shelly was crashing out.
Magic, and then last one, Trent.
What do you got, brother?
This
We're doing the teammate gangbang till we lose one, then it's never come back.
is the perfect way to wrap up TMA gangbang. Mavs Warriors over.
Wow. Wow.
That is the most Mikey leg.
Wow.
ever.
Actually, yeah, we're going to have to retire this soon, Josh, so we got to pick a jersey to put up here. We can't have a mod up here
Okay,
anymore.
yeah.
He's a fucking loser.
All right, everyone go vote.
Go vote. Teammate gangbang, and then we'll get out of here.
Oh wait, you did a poll?
Vote St.
Yeah,
Joe's. It's just because the squad ride didn't happen yesterday because we didn't have BTL, so we
Yeah.
did this instead.
Oh,
We
I
did
thought
it
it
in
was
place.
a 3-legger.
No. We just did it in place of because everyone was begging for BTL. So we were like, all right, fine, we'll do our TMA squad ride, and then we named it the TMA gangbang
And now we're just gonna do it until it loses.
until it loses.
What was
Could be tonight.
yesterday?
It
Josh's
was Coppin State under 47.5 points.
team total.
What a random play.
How long is this poll gonna go?
It's only 2 minutes.
All right, so while that happens,
Kentucky
chat-
off to an early lead.
Wow, yeah, finally I'm getting one the hard way. Although Mavs Warriors with some late steamers.
Yeah, why are you guys voting for that? I just pulled that out of my ass.
That's some late goosage. Some late goosage on Mavs Warriors. Over.
Stop voting for that.
I'm gonna
Yeah, it's gonna win.
Can I throw a little vote in here?
Trent saying stop voting means it's gonna win that.
Yeah, now they're all voting for it.
Fuck, dude. No way Trent and Josh are about
No
to
way
get
they're
the first
getting
and second
late
teammate gangbangs,
goosage,
dude.
bro.
Oh my god, the Mavs Warriors actually with
They're gonna
insane late steam.
Yeah.
If your pull out of ass play is our TMA gangbang and it hits, I might be able to never get a playoff.
Dude, don't. It's not going to fucking hit.
They might not even win.
Dude, it might not even win. We'll get some inspiration, motivation going right after this, guys, and then we'll get you guys out here to BTL, which is back today.
Back.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Are you surging
Yeah.
on
They're-
TikTok or on Twitch?
I don't know, dude. I kind of fucked with the talk stream yesterday.
Dude, I think the talk was funny. Is there any way you can do it both? I know you can. Like off the Twitch, but in TikTok?
for sure can, but I don't know how to do it. We'll figure it out.
Everyone's going to splooge late on Mavs Warriors over. I guarantee it.
You know what you should do?
Here it
Maybe
is.
do the first hour on TikTok and then push everyone over to the Twitch for the crafting so they can see the spreadsheet. You know what I mean? Like, do it at that desk and then be like, wow, we got Kentucky plus 6.5 winner. That was a fucking boat race. Holy shit. That Mavs Warriors over with some late steamage. Kentucky plus 6.5 is Team A gangbang. If it loses, we're never doing it again. If it wins, we'll be back for 3-0. Listen, guys. Trent, thank you again for coming on, as always.
Jeej.
We end every episode with a little inspiration, a little bit of motivation, guys. I was thinking about this last night, and it was just something I wanted to share with you really quickly. I feel like, hopefully, the end of our TMAs have been helping whoever needs it. I've actually gotten a lot of DMs about it, which has been super, super nice of you guys. So hopefully I'm helping you guys out in any way that you might need it if you're going through something. Clearly I've been going through something, or was going through something. Finally, I think, getting towards the end of it. But I saw something last night, and I feel like it really resonated with me, and I think it's something that we do a lot just as beings in general when we're hurt. And I think when we are hurting, we have a tendency to do things that hurt ourselves, whether it be emotionally, mentally. We have a tendency to go, okay, when I'm hurting, I'm going to now put myself in situations that can hurt me. I'm going to not show up to meetings at work. I'm going to give people an attitude. I'm going to take my anger out on the people around me and negatively affect myself because I'm going through something. And I think it takes a greater person to understand you're going through something and not do things that hurt you emotionally or mentally or even physically. And I think it's something that I'm starting to go through where the things that are happening to you aren't everyone around you's fault. There's no reason to put yourself in situations just because you're hurting to drive it lower and make people go, oh, he's hurt. Like, oh my God, like, what the fuck was that? So just on a Tuesday, do your best to understand that if you're hurting, it's not the people's fault around you and they're actually there to be with you. Don't isolate yourself because you're hurting. And I think we have the tendency to do that, to go, oh, I'm hurting. Like, fuck the world. Fuck everybody else. Fuck you. Like, you don't fucking, like, whatever it is. Try to do a better job of going, okay, I'm hurting. It's not these people's fault. It's not this person's fault. It's not the internet's fault. And I just need to lock in and just be a little bit better. I'm going to do the things that are going to make me happy instead of doing things that are going to make me sad, because I think we have a tendency to go, okay, I'm feeling low. Let's see how low I can dig myself. Let's see the hole I can put myself in and use my hurt as an excuse. So don't do that. As someone that has done that in my life, do not do that. Understand that when you're hurting, everyone is here for you. If you need someone to talk to, DM me. I'll be in your corner. We can fucking arm in arm and take one step forward every single day, because that's all that matters. And understanding it's okay if you took a step back yesterday. But let's do a better job of taking maybe 2 steps forward today to try to make up for what we might have lost yesterday. I love you guys so much. Here for you every single morning. We will be here tomorrow, same place, same time, 11:45 a.m. Eastern, 10:45 a.m. Central. BTL is back today, so make sure you guys tune in. It's going to be in the same stream on the Bookit Sports Twitch and YouTube. Take one step forward for me today, whether that's going to the gym, whether it's doing something small, whether it's doing something big. Just take one step forward. I love you guys so much. If we take one step forward, we might just be sprinting every single day. Let's go get a good BTL stream. There's plenty of college basketball and then some surge after that. I love you guys so much. We'll see you here.
Good morning, America. Came so far. Time just wake up, man. You know, just look at the water. Put on the water. The sun ain't even up yet, I'm thinking about the check. Wow. Woke up in the morning, bust down me a brick. Gave Metro $1 million, told him not to quit. You still on the zone 6, Gucci really rich. Put the keyboard in the kitchen, fuck some amazing grip. Jimmy Hitchman with the chill, man, I sold a lot of shit. Heard I kept them man allegedly, but I didn't bust it. The way they mixing up the medicine, I might just grow some drip. It's a bad bitch on the elevator, I'ma let her in. Let your hater be a motivator, I can't let you win. Evil genius, human calculator. gon' fly like Peter Pan. I'm so glad they turned their back on me, cause we weren't really friends. And it ain't even 10, and I woke up on a 10. And I don't need no pen, all I don't need no pad. The sun ain't even up yet, I'm thinking about the chick. Woke up in the morning, bust down me a brick. Gave Metro $1 million, told him not to quit. He still on his own 6, Gucci really rich. Put the keyboard in the kitchen, fuck some Asian grits. Jimmy Hitchman with the chip, man, I sold a lot of shit. Heard I kept them man allegedly, but I didn't bust it. The way they mixing up the medicine, I might just grow some dread. Gotta keep them snipers with me, dog. I got more enemies than 50, dog. He popped a burger, said he nodding off. On higher look, they just might pop it off. 11 o'clock, she popped the nutter off. That bitch so bougie, yeah, she bad enough. That bitch so thick, you know she lit enough. It's Gucci, man, you know it's bricks involved. The sun ain't even up yet, I'm thinking about the chick. Woke up in the morning, bust down me a brick. Gave Metro $1 million, told him not to quit. He still on his own 6, Gucci really rich. Put the keyboard in the kitchen, fuck some Asian grits. Jimmy Hitchman with the chip, man, I sold a lot of shit. Heard I killed a man allegedly, but I didn't bust it. The way they mixing up the medicine, I might just grow some drip.
Today, we're going to talk about the loaded college basketball slate, NBA and NHL plays, and of course, the squad ride. This is Behind the Lines.
But Rodgers is a fucking fossil. This team's in shambles. The Steelers are a wagon at home. It's going to be a gross fucking game. And I'm going right back to fading the Jets.
And once again, the 49ers and Kyle Shanahan, when the lights are bright, do not show up and they fold. Their receivers are banged up. The ones out there couldn't catch shit. Their defense is taking a step back. This 49ers team is a fucking joke, and I'm looking at you, Kyle Shanahan. You're supposed to be that guy.
In the postseason for the first time in his career, and they find a way to fucking blow it. Look, we should have known the Yankees bullpen was going to come back and bite them in the ass at some point. They've been a little bit too good, but my goodness, did we think it was going to be Big Christmas?
What's going on, chat? Happy BTL Tuesday, episode 584 piece. As always, hold the fry, joined by your two hosts, Krabs and Jovan, presented by Bookit Sports. If you're not tracking your bets on Bookit, what are you doing? Start tracking your bets over there today. I promise you won't regret it. You'll keep using that puppy. Check out Bookit Sports. Download it. Could not be easier to use, and start tracking your bets. Jovan, we are back. Happy Tuesday. How we doing? And go to muted.
So out.
Sure.
Every time.
Sure. How we doing, chat? What's going on? Can we get some W's going? What's up, Pax Picks? Ooh. How we doing, chat? You guys sign up for Team Trent yet? You guys get involved yet? Most importantly, you guys sign up for Team Trent. If you haven't yet, we'll drop the link right now. Get involved. Okay, it cannot be easier to sign up. I know you guys are going to sign up for Team Trent anyways. Sign up now. Okay, we'll drop the link one more time. Get involved. Okay, don't just sit there on the sidelines while we're counting our guap. Winning the PBWC. Okay, get involved. Join Team Trent. Do it now before you forget. Let's go ahead and hop in, do some recaps here. Let's take a look at the Friday squad ride. Ooh. Gosh, I take partial blame on this one. I wasn't even on the show. Sent the text after my golf round. I said, hey, Kansas looks good. They're up like 20 at halftime. That was
What
cake.
are we doing, Krabs? What are we doing, dude?
That was cake.
That, though. Second half collapse of the year.
Yeah, they were up big. They look good. Kansas laying that fat number.
Yeah.
I liked it. I tailed. Gosh, man. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Hope you guys tailed the Dolphins last night. Got some of those coins back. Sure. Let's take a look at the Friday Sharp Report. Take a peep at how you and Rav crafted up. Jovan 3-2. W PrizePicks squares. Rav 2-3. Not his best work. I got a feeling he'll bounce back next Friday, though, for college football. Jovan, any comments, thoughts, concerns about Friday's plays?
Shout out Rice. That was a interesting game, to say the least. They were always going to cover that game somehow, some way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had my goats playing on Friday, so it's kind of fun. Obviously not with the cow under, but it was cool seeing them cover a game in a crazy way. And
Sure.
Rice was up and moving too, so that was a weird, kind of cool Friday slate.
Yeah, no doubt. Shout out Rav, shout out Shelly, shout out Fruity. I believe they all cashed parlays last night as well. Do not want to let that get swept. Okay, W's gents, great fucking work yesterday. Great day for the Bookit Squad. Hope you guys tailed something. All right, if you didn't, that's on you. Get involved. Okay. Clam Mucker coming in resubbing during TMA. Love to see it. And if you guys missed TMA with Mikey and Trent before this, you can always go back and rewatch on the YouTubes. W Mikey, WTMA. What else we have to recap here? Saturday meat cheek. Let's take a peep at that. Ooh, not good. Straight bets were good.
Yeah, it's not
PrizePicks squares, not so much. Not so much. Why are we fading Diago Pavia, man? Fuck.
Shout out, Rev.
That guy just cashes every fucking week. He's him. Now he's suing NCAA, trying to get some more money for the little guys. How can you fade that guy right now? How can you root against him? It's tough to. It really is. It's really tough to fade him.
Didn't cover his dog, though, shockingly.
That's a first.
Not shockingly, but that was finally the game that somebody got to him.
We got Josh Mitty coming in resubbing. Let's go, Josh Mitty. Dolphins air. Yes, sir. Great play last night. Love to see it. All right, what else we got? College football, NFL previews. Let's take a peep at those puppies. How'd you guys do? Jovan, whoa.
Sunday.
NFL, not your best work.
So fat Sunday. Kind of kept myself afloat on Saturday, but Sunday was moose.
Look at Rav carrying on Saturday.
Rav got nice on the
wow
in preview and the actual get nice.
Rav was getting nice on Saturday. Look at that.
People sleep.
5-2. Sheesh. Colorado ML? Sure. They might go to the fucking playoffs. I was wrong about them. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. What else we have to recap here? I believe we got the sharp report from yesterday we can pull up. Take a peep at that. I did pretty good on straight bets. Missed both PrizePicks squares. It was always the Tyreek Hill touchdown demon that scared me. It was always the demon touchdown square. It was never his fantasy score. God damn it. And then Colby Parkinson, I just got bamboozled. He didn't even fucking play. That was crazy. They got me on Colby Parkinson. That guy's useless. I don't know what the hell the game plan was with him, but he didn't even fucking play.
Yeah, it was
unbelievable.
Weird. They had
weird.
Hunter Long in there.
They had a bunch of different guys in there. Everybody but him.
That was odd.
Everybody but him. Weird. All right. Why don't we hop in? No steamed crabs for today. All right. I already told you guys to join Team Trent for the PBWC. Why don't we hop in and do some sharp report action? We can go ahead and get right into it for today. We got a lot to go over, guys. Doing a craft up a TNT two-piece at some point. Definitely talk NBA and NHL as well. And we have an absolutely loaded college basketball slate today, too. So why don't we hop right into it and talk about the first college basketball game of the day today. St. Joe's getting 2.5 points against Villanova. Kind of a rivalry game. Two in-state schools. As Chelly would say, these teams do not like each other. That's for sure. And it is the early standalone game of the day today. I'll tell you what, this St. Joe's team is coming off an atrocious loss to Central Connecticut State. They're only getting 2.5 points against Villanova, the blue blood, big-name school. I'll tell you what, I don't think that's enough points. That looks a little sketchy to me. And I think this St. Joe's roster is much better than people think. We saw them pull off an upset in their scrimmage before the season started. I know they're coming off that bad loss to Central Connecticut State, but this St. Joe's team has some dogs, plain and simple. They've got two studs, Eric Reynolds, obviously, and Xavier Brown, who's a sophomore, the young guy, who's averaging close to 20 points a game. I know it's early, but they've got two stud guards. I just don't see this Villanova team being able to keep up with Brown and Reynolds and the Hawks at home in this game. I'll take St. Joe's. I'll take the plus 2.5. The Hawk will never die.
Hawk will never die. That game, that's going to be a good game. I don't know. I have my questions about fading Villanova in this spot, but I'll tip my cap because I'm keeping true to my goal at the beginning of the season. I will not be taking the very obvious sharp plays that all of Twitter is on. And that does seem to be Villanova. So maybe you're in a good spot.
Chat saying Villanova coming off a bad loss. They did have a bad loss against Columbia. That's for sure. But they do have a win nestled in between there against NJIT. They won 91-54 in that game afterwards after that loss to Columbia. So they've already kind of got their bounce back game. I'll take St. Joe's at home. All right. What are you crafting up over there? You got some straight bets for the peeps?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Over in a TCU.
Frogs.
Started off. Yeah. This is a weird one because Texas State is a really good defensive team, and we just saw Or, I mean, I don't know how many people saw it, but I saw it at the very least. TCU kind of struggled for a bit against Florida Gulf Coast in a game that was pretty slow. I mean, not much transition play. It was a lot of half court offense, and they didn't do well in that initially, which is why that game was as low scoring as it was. It was 67-51, and they ended up barely not covering, and obviously the game soared under. So like you see Texas State, who I think is a much better defensive team, a much slower team too, and you think there's not going to be points. I don't think that's going to be the case because this is one of the few teams that I think TCU is going to play this season where they actually have a size advantage because usually they're pretty small, and Texas State 1-5 is running like 6'7" or shorter, so they don't really have a true like dominant big man presence. So like Uday is going to feast. That's going to be Lob City for Frankie Collins to Uday, that connection all game. And that it's the one thing that I think TCU can use to speed them up in this game. Obviously, they're going to run out in transition and do almost whatever they want, or at least making an emphasis to do that so they don't get Texas State in the half court. But when they have easy, reliable offense in the paint, that's when they're at their best, and they're going to have that today on the other side. Like Texas State, I think, is going to have to run with them for a little bit. TCU's transition defense hasn't been great to start the year, so I think this is points in a game that, at least on paper, wouldn't look like it.
Are you worried about TCU covering that number, 15.5?
A little bit. I definitely feel a lot better about it because they just had the very similar number against FGCU that they didn't cover, and honestly, probably shouldn't have even come as close as they did. So maybe a little repeat. I do think the offense is going to be a lot better. And then again, it kind of looks like they should be on paper against a really good Texas State defense.
Okay. Totals up 139-140. Love it. Love it. Let's back some points down there in TCU. Back your squad to put some balls in the fucking hoop. Do your jobs.
Rare.
All right, take me to the ice. What do you like about the under on the ice over there in that middle play?
Yeah, I mean, this is probably not your favorite play because it's
an under.
Yeah, it's an under. It's just it's one that makes, I guess, a decent amount of sense, except for, I guess, the one kind of contrarian angle to it. Igor is back in net tonight, it looks like, and he just gave up. I had a disaster class where he gave up 5, I believe, against the Sabres and at home and got pulled in that game. So, I mean, all of Twitter was also on the Rangers that day. So that's in the back of my mind looking at this. And I love Igor having the chance to bounce back at home. So I think he's going to have a damn good day against the Jets. The Rangers are also maybe, I don't know, a couple people mentioned in chat that it might be a little weird they're favored in this game. I really don't think so, just because they're at home and it's Igor in the Garden against the Jets. But the Jets have just been that team. I don't really feel all that confident in fading them until they cool down a little bit. Hellebuck's been fantastic. The defense has been fantastic. This just feels like one of those games where maybe it would be the most obvious under of all time if Igor just didn't have a disaster class against one of the worst teams in the league. But, I mean, defenses are going to be out in this one. This feels like load slow to open, just a hockey game that never really gets going, and especially when you have Igor back in net in a bounce-back scenario at home. I will take that every time, but I won't fade the Jets as a part of it. I think it's like a 3-2 game.
You don't want to fade the Jets. They're red hot. I know chat's asking about it. They're saying, well, you like the under in this game. Who do you like to win? Would you lean the Rangers if you had to take a side?
Yeah,
you want
for sure.
nothing. You would. Okay. You don't want to fade this red hot Winnipeg team.
No.
Okay. Yeah, it's fair. And you know what? It's still an under. I could get behind it. And you're backing Igor after a moose shit comeback performance, right? Where he gave up 5 or 6 goals in that first start back. So I could see it. I know the total's up in this game, but it looks pretty sharp to me. It's still an under on the ice. I could get involved. Okay. Wow. I like that Baylor play down there. We'll circle back to it in a second. We'll circle back. Let's swing it back to my plays. Gootsy, what am I crafting up over here? Ooh, some college football, some action. Sure. I like the action slate tonight. I do. I got 2 plays. I like Ball State. I think Buffalo's a frauds. I think Ball State runs all over Buffalo. Even when they're at home in this game, the spread has come down from like 5 to 4, 3.5, depends on where you're looking. I'll take my chances on Ball State in this spot at +4, +3.5, whatever you can get them at. I just think they're the better squad, to be honest with you. And that spread coming down, I think kind of backs me there in that argument. You've got a better team here, Buffalo, with a better record, coming off a big-time win against Akron. Akron is terrible. That win shouldn't even really count, to be honest with you. Ball State, you look at what they've been doing. They've covered their last 3 games in a row, but they've only won one of those games. But they've been competitive in these last couple of games against 3 really solid teams, Vanderbilt, Miami of Ohio, and NIU. So, a solid Power 5 school and then 2 of the better teams in the MAC. They played good ball recently. They just haven't seen it turn into wins directly. I think they get a win on the road here, to be completely honest with you. I think they shock the world and they upset Buffalo. But I'll take the plus 3.5, plus 4 just in case here. Ball State, the PrizePicks squares make it seem like they're going to run all over Buffalo. Their rush defense started out well this season, but it's probably because their strength of schedule early on was super easy. You look at what they've been doing recently. They've been giving up plenty of yards on the ground. And we'll come back to it later. I think Ball State's running back runs all over Buffalo in this game, and they probably win the one outright. They probably win this game outright.
Yeah, I think their defense is going to be locked in on Buffalo. I don't know how much they're going to score in this game, so that would be good for W game script and the RB.
Could be. And then the last play down here, Bowling Green. Last night they were like -8. Woke up this morning, they were like -9.5. I think they win this game by 2 touchdowns. I'm not too worried about it. Western Michigan, I think they're the biggest frauds in the MAC. We saw that last week when they finally had some bad luck on their side. They lost that game to NIU 28-42. They were up early. They blew it. We were all over NIU in that game. Great comeback. W play. I think Western Michigan's magic has run out, and I think they lose consecutive games, and it's going to be ugly in this one as well. And Bowling Green, although they haven't covered a lot recently, they've only covered 1 game in their last 5. This is the best team in the MAC. They just haven't really shown it yet. I think this spread is substantial. This is a large spread, even with Bowling Green being home here. I think it's very telling, considering this team has only covered 1 game in their last 5. I think they get a big-time win. They win by double digits, 2 touchdowns here. Bowling Green, play them, lay the spread. They win big.
Yeah, I'm in on that. It's also like I know it makes sense because of the 2 teams, but after all the dog meat action games we've had to start points wise and all the weather and everything, this is, I think, by far the highest total we've had.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, they're going to score
57.5. That's a good sign for the favorite, in my opinion. Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed. We got some subbies coming in. Wow. We got Prime coming in, dropping some bits. Let's go, Prime. Looks like he's on Klay Thompson tonight. He'll have at least 7 3-point field goals made, plus 824. Dude, Prime. Prime, let's cut that down to like 2.5 baseline. Okay, come on. Let's give ourselves a chance here. Ahan coming in, resubbing. Let's fucking go, Ahan. Rare BTL for the boy. When does PBWC start? It starts up. It's this Sunday. Okay, so join the team now if you haven't already. Ahan starts up this Sunday. All right, less than a week away. Stoked to craft up a lineup with the squad and get ready for PBWC. We got Billy and Goldfish coming in, resubbing as well. Let's go, Goldfish. Sure we can. Sure we can. Love it. We got my local resident sharp, Dead Larry Bird, in chat, dropping some plays he likes. St. Joe's, Michigan State, High Point, Indiana State, Illinois State, New Mexico. I like some of those plays. I do. We'll talk about those here in a moment. Okay? What do we get when Trent wins? Calves is asking in chat. Well, when Trent wins, you get a free lineup in your PrizePicks app to win 5K. Okay, so join Team Trent. When we win this puppy, knock on woods, you'll get a free lineup to win 5K. Do not miss out. Get involved now. Join. We'll drop the link one more time. Do it now before you forget. Okay, the link is in the chat. W's. All right, Pax Picks coming in, resubbing. Let's go, Pax Picks. E-Dog coming in, resubbing. We got Mama Reiki coming in, W Survivor. If you won the Survivor pool, Mama Reiki, DM me. Let me know. We'll get you settled up, okay? W Subbies. We appreciate you guys. Hype train is moving and grooving, Jovan. Sure.
Let's go.
Moving and grooving. Love to see it. All right. Yeah, I really like Bowling Green tonight. Curious to hear your thoughts on the gridiron, but we can swing it back to your plays. You got one more for the peeps.
Yeah, one more. Taking it to Baylor, who they get their slight reprieve because they opened the season with the Zags in Arkansas. Obviously, 2 big games against high-level competition. Now they get to come home against Sam Houston, which, I mean, Sam Houston's not a terrible team, but I think finally they get to settle in offensively and kind of figure out exactly who they are. And I don't think there's a better team to do that against than Sam Houston because, I mean, the first game of the season against Nevada just rim ran and hit with their big man quite a few times. You know, Sam Houston's a little undersized and cannot really defend in transition. Baylor's got guys, not only like the guys down low, whether Omier is going to be the guy or not, but you have an offense with so many guards that can get to the rim. Obviously, a lot of guys that want to run in transition. VJ Edgecombe, too, hasn't really had the chance to run in the first 2 games. And now I think he's going to have the liberty to do pretty much whatever he wants in transition. This feels like the spot where Baylor is just trying shit by the end of this game. And this is going to be a game where they simply can't defend. And they've had their struggles down low, like I was saying, and I don't even think that is the main area that Baylor is going to attack. I think it's going to be all these guards putting these guys that really have trouble on the perimeter too in absolute boxes. Like I think it's going to be not only tough for Sam Houston to score, but in transition, I think this is one of those games like Baylor always has a couple of them where they really want to get out and run in non-conference, and this seems like the one to me. Looking at their schedule before, and they'll have another one against Tarleton State. I think that's not exactly the one to do it, but then they go back and they play a tougher game at St. John's. Like this feels like the game where you really want to figure out who's going to be your guys to do what, give everybody the liberty in the offense, and I think they get a beautiful matchup to do it.
Love it. Love fading Sam Houston. Are you looking to take VJ Edgecombe more than 12 points today on PrizePicks?
Yeah. Surprised I know it's Sam Houston, but it's going high. And a move back up.
He has not eclipsed that number yet this season. Only been a couple games though.
He's been getting the shots up though. He's been going to the paint and taking some crazy shots against some much better paint defenders. So like now, I can probably tell you today you're going to get one of those viral dunk clips from VJ, like he did it to Mark Few's son at the end of the Zags game.
Sure. Yeah, it might just be VJ Edgecombe down. If you think they're going to be running in transition, he's probably the guy to be leading that.
All right. If they let him do it.
Sure. I'll take that square with you, and I'll take Baylor with you. Love the play. Chat, what do you guys think? You liking Jovan's plays here? He's got 2 CBB plays. He's got a under on the ice as well. What do you guys think? You think Jovan brought some winners for the peeps? Let me know. All right, looks like Rito got subbed up from E-Dog. W-E-Dog, we appreciate you, Beast. Giving out a handout subby to Rito. He deserves it. Aogons, we'll talk about those games here in a moment. Don't you worry. We'll get to it. For now, let's go to some PrizePicks squares. Let's talk about our favorite PrizePicks squares so far of the day. I talked about Ball State running all over their opponent tonight, and I'm putting my beat on tape here. I guess I'm standing on business. I do think Ball State's running back has a day today. I really do. I think Braden Sloan goes off. I like how high this number is. I like what I've seen out of Buffalo's D-line in recent games, giving up hella yards, 180 yards per game on the ground of late. I think that continues once again today. And Ball State, a team that I think can pull off the upset here on the road, establishes their dominance on the ground and hands the ball off to their stud running back, Braden Sloan, and he cashes this probably in the third quarter. More than 49.5 rush yards. Come on. In a W game script, in my opinion, I think they do pull off the upset. They're trying to kill clock here late. Hand the ball off to your guy, Braden Sloan, the veteran. He's been around the block for a while. He's getting 70-plus yards. Not 50-plus, 70-plus. And then Hayden Wolf. Don't like this square as much, but these pass and touchdown fades, knock on wood, have treated me very well overall this season. I'll take another one in a game where I don't think Western Michigan's going to score much. I do like that the total is very high, but I think it's because Bowling Green carries the weight, and they put up a big number offensively. Thought about backing some of their squares, but I said, hey, you know what? I'll fade this Hayden Wolf Green passing touchdown square. I don't think Western Michigan scores much in this game at all. I'm with you, Jovan. I think that's a big part in Bowling Green covering this game with a big spread and a high total. They're putting up hell points. Not Hayden Wolf, not Western Michigan. They're frauds. I think we saw that last game against NIU. I'll fade Hayden Wolf again here and take his less than 1.5 passing touchdowns.
I'm in on that.
Good. Chat, what do you guys think? Western Michigan has been running dual QBs. Yeah, also a good point as well. Who knows how long he's going to be playing in there. Good. Jovan, what are you crafting up on PrizePicks for today, my man? Let's take a peek.
Clay Thompson, 3-point attempts. I don't really think I need too complex of a sell job for that. I mean,
wow, you and Primer collab. Sure.
Yeah, well, I don't want to take him to make him, because if anything I've learned from Clay Thompson in these big spots, I know he's been pretty good to start the year, but I'll bet on volume. If he wants to shoot tour dates, he can be my guest, but he's putting up 9, and that's all that matters. Obviously, the narrative is there against the Dubs, former team. He's going to be chucking, but I mean, the matchup is there. I don't really need to say all that much about this. The chart is looking like it is because of what's going to happen tonight. So I'm taking that regardless of if he shoots tour dates or not. Just put him up. And then Amari Williams, a guy from Drexel. I'm glad he's finally starting to get a little bit of the shine that he deserves, because he's been really good the first couple games to start for Kentucky. He's been a double-double machine early. And you're getting a lower line now because obviously there's a massive step up in competition. There's size in the bottom or in the front court for Duke, which you would think is going to be a problem. And it's definitely going to be a much, much bigger challenge. So I don't think he's going to be necessarily going for 20 and 20 like he was asking questions, or probably would have if he got full minutes in either of those first 2 games. But he's a monster down low. It's also a pretty pivotal point of the offense for Mark Pope because he runs in transition. They love to feed the big man in transition, and I think he's going to be the crucial part of unlocking this game for Kentucky, or just keeping it close for people who want to bet Kentucky, because he's going to have to be a monster down low. He's going to have to swallow everything up on the boards on the defensive side of the ball, especially with the two guys down there for Duke. And he's going to have to be super aggressive on the offensive end because Duke can guard the ball really, really well on the perimeter. So I think a lot of what happens in this game has to flow through Amari Williams. I don't think his numbers in the first couple games are just because they're playing Bucknell and Wright State. I think he just is that good. We saw that last year at Drexel, and I think he's going to continue to take that step up tonight.
Love it. Love that square. I like Kentucky as well. Could even be convinced on maybe betting them as a side. We'll talk about a little bit more. Would not mind fading Duke tonight. We'll talk about those games plenty. Some of the big college basketball games here in a moment. Love the angle. Amari Williams is him. Take us more than points and rebounds. Keep it simple. And keep the assist out of it. No need.
Well, it's not even an option. If it was an option, I'd put it in there because he's a fantastic passer. But no.
All right. Amari Williams and Klay Thompson. God, that chart must be red as ma if you're taking Klay Thompson.
It's red grabs.
Yeah. I got to get some eyes on that myself here. Oh, it's at 8.5 now. Good.
Wow.
Got bumped up.
Bumpage up.
Yeah. Got bumped
insane.
up. Sure. It's red as ma. Wow. All right. Klay Thompson's chucking tonight against the Warriors. Okay. Maybe it's an easy angle or narrative, I guess you could call it, him against his former team, but come on. The chart doesn't lie.
It's no secret narrative, but
chart does not lie.
Take him to shoot him.
Okay. All right. Chat, you guys in? You like that play? I definitely do after looking at that chart. And I could more than get down with Amari Williams as well. Great sell job. Kentucky plus 5.5.
Probably lean that way, but don't know that I love it.
Have to lean that way at least. All right. We'll see if we get to the counter there with that play. For now, W Sharp Report, W PrizePicks squares. Would love to take a second and talk about the rest of these college football games for tonight. We do have 3 matching games. So maybe we get to take a peep at some of those on Pickett Pro. W Pickett Pro, if you guys haven't used this already or checked it out on your desktop, try out the free trial. Okay, if you're betting every day, you probably should be using Pickett Pro. Check it out on your desktop or your laptop. It's worth checking out. Try the free trial. We'll take a peep at these college football games for tonight. Already talked about a couple. I've got plays in 2 of them. So maybe we go to that third game that I haven't talked about much here. Central Michigan and Toledo. You've got Toledo, who's 6-3. They're laying about 2 touchdowns here. And looks like they're getting all the bets, at least on the ML. The spread's actually pretty split. Interesting. Kind of cool to see some real coins, real money back in Central Michigan and the Chippewas here. Maybe a little fake sharp. And maybe it's Toledo laying a big number, a team that's covered 1 time in the last month. What do you think? I thought this was a giant number. And it made me want to stay off of back in Central Michigan here. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely looks like a little big of a number. So I'm not running to the counter exactly, but I don't want to bet multiple of the biggest favorites on the same slate. And I know Bowling Green has not yet crossed the 10 threshold, so it's still Toledo by a mile. But if there's any favorite I'm taking on the board, it's definitely Bowling Green. I'm with you on that. So I don't want to back Toledo. I'm not running to that.
Okay.
But if there's any game, I think
QB still hurt. That could be why this number's so big. Okay.
It does seem like a simple fade. So I don't love it.
Okay. Total in that game is up as well. People are betting it, though. Up from 48.5 to 51.5. Okay. You like Ball State? Could I get you invested in Ball State as a dog?
Yeah. I like both of those. I'll be on there with you.
Yep. I honestly probably like Ball State a little bit better. It sounded like you like Bowling Green, laying 9.5 a little bit better, but definitely really like both of those plays and looks on the gridiron tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
With you.
Dubs. Chat, really liking Ball State. Don't let that one get swept. Okay. Central Michigan QB still out. Backup stinks through 17% against Bowling Green. Yeah, he might just be that bad. That might be one of those games we just don't touch. All right. Looks like Picks with Deej has a max on Buffalo. No way. No way, Jake. Is that true? Picks with Deej is like the max sharp. That's scary.
It's true. I saw the tweet.
Yeah, Gucci's saying it's true.
Yeah.
Look at the splits as well on Ball State on the spread. Holy smokes. I know there's only about, a little bit over 100K on this game so far. There'll be way more bets coming in, a little closer to kickoff. But Jesus, Ball State's getting bet. That's for sure. What the?
Yeah. I mean, I guess people are all banking on the game to end within 4 because Buffalo ML is also in every lay, it looks like.
Okay. Interesting. Oh, looks like Pixadege, he went to Ball State. Well, we know what happens when people fade or take their team. We might be back. Okay, we got lucky there. Because typically Weege doesn't miss. We might have gotten lucky there, folks, though. Okay. Dubs, let's move. Let's groove. Bowling Green, -9.5 as well. I'd love to take a peep at those splits really quick before we go. Mine as well. I'm assuming they're public. I really don't care. I still think Bowling Green is a great look tonight. They win this game by 2 touchdowns. We'll take a peep at these splits, guys. Curious to see what people are betting in the third MAC game for tonight. And we're in the golf. Gooch is trying to get locked on the golf futures. That's cool that Pickett Pro has golf futures, though. It's fire.
Yeah.
All right, look at these splits. People are betting Western Michigan. Interesting. That makes me happy. All right. People are taking the dog in this one, and that spread just keeps on moving towards Bowling Green. Could be a good sign there, Jovan.
All that.
Good. All right. Prime said he busted seeing Jovan on clay 3-pointers. Yep. Busted everywhere on the
Prime.
wall. Okay.
Not made, Prime. All he needs to shoot him. I honestly hope he misses. I hope he goes over 10.
No, you don't hope he misses.
I hope he misses.
No,
Over
you
10,
don't.
over 10, and I laugh.
Okay. Hype train is moving and grooving, chat. Love to see it. Let's keep that hype train moving and grooving as we continue to move and groove through this slate. Why don't we take a trip to the ice and the hardwood? Want to take a peep at the hockey plays for today? Maybe we can go through the rest of those. Take a look, see if there's anything else looking funny to you.
Yeah.
Let's take a peep at the ice. We got Nikki Gourds coming in, dropping a subby. Birds Commanders week. Let's go, Nikki Gourds. Sure we can. Trying to restrain my excitement for that game, considering we're coming off a loss and considering we have PBWC coming up, and that's way more important. But, guys, I'm loving the Commanders on Thursday. Loving them. Absolutely loving them. But we'll get to that. We got Mr. Shrimpy coming in, dropping a resub, 26 months of moving and grooving. Yes, sir, Mr. Shrimpy. Come on.
Sure.
W's. Love it. All right, let's go back to the ice. Jovan, you've talked about one of these games already on the ice. You want to take us through some of these other games? You like the under in Winnipeg and the Rangers. We know that. Okay. What about Ottawa and Toronto?
Yeah, that game's kind of weird because I guess there's 2 games kind of for similar-ish reasons or similar-ish lines between the Leafs game and the Panthers game where it's going to be awfully popular, awfully sharp to take the 2 dogs in that game, and I've seen it a lot already. I don't know that I want to do it. The Sens usually play the Leafs really, really well. I guess if there's one dog I'd had to lean into and be okay with, it'd probably be that one. But the way the Leafs have been defending lately, I mean, for a majority of the time, I know the goaltending is a little bit of a question. Not they've been bad just because you've had guys in and out, but as of late, that hasn't been a problem at all. I don't know that I'd really love the Sens in that game. So, I mean, I'd hate to say I lean both short favorites, but I probably do in the Leafs and the Panthers. And for whoever was asking about the big Devils line move or whatever, I guess the Sens also have that too, but the Devils because of Bob, because Bobrovsky is not playing and he was supposed to in this game, apparently. So it's going to be Spencer Knight. Every time it's sharp to fade the Panthers, when Spencer Knight's in goal, he comes out and he has a masterclass. I will sure as hell not be fading, especially when it's the ratchet Devils that are on the other side of that. So keep me far, far away from, honestly, both those games, but especially the very popular Devils ML, it looks like today.
Okay. Might be a little forced. Anything in Boston, St. Louis that you like?
Yeah, nothing I love
Is
in
that
that
some
one
respect
either.
on the Bruins? Like, should they be laying -160?
No.
On the
and
ML,
again,
-170 on the ML?
No. And the Blues, granted, they just got porked by the Capitals. Anytime you got the Blues as pretty significant home favorites against a team where it seems like there's a lot of value to take the Blues. So it's the one time that everybody wants to take the Coin Stealers, usually does not work out. So again, keep me off.
Yeah, maybe just not betting Blues games. Probably the best move.
I mean, that's
Fucking
100% the best move. Honestly, I only want to bet Blues games when not a soul wants to bet them at all. And when they're playing a team that nobody's very impressed with at home, it's one of the few times that everybody likes to jump at the plus money Blues.
Okay. Just thought that was a fat number on the road. It's still the big name Bruins, but
yeah, I mean, it kind of is. You're not wrong.
Yeah, and they're getting some bets as well. I'm going to stay off because I hate fading the Blues, and when I do, I lose coins. But it's got to be the Bruins on the road there, laying 170. What about the Islanders and the Oilers facing off tonight, 9 p.m. on ESPN Plus? Kind of a fat ML as well for Edmonton. A little disrespectful against the Islanders here, huh?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Isles have been, I don't know, they've had a weird stretch of games. I think every game has gone pretty similarly to like where they're really good defensively for a while and then it breaks down and they give up a couple quick goals in a row. So like it's very deceiving looking at some of their games. Like if you box score watch, you're going to say they haven't really been all that good defensively when in reality they kind of have. It just breaks down very quickly. So against the Oilers, that might be a little bit of an issue because the Oilers really, without McDavid or with McDavid, the whole season when they face teams like this, they've had a good amount of trouble. So like I know they were dog shit against VGK when they played a similar style. They got shut out, I think, by the Devils last week when they did a similar thing too. I wouldn't be shocked if the Islanders come and steal one on the road. Not be shocked at all.
Okay. Yeah, keep me away from that game. Kind of thought Edmonton was a decent parlay piece, but not going to get involved, especially if you're saying the Islanders could be a good look at plus chick. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. All right, 2 more games on the ice. Calgary, Vancouver, another team laying some fat juice on the ML against a solid Calgary squad, at least with a good record, right? 225?
Yeah.
I know they're home.
Calgary off a back-to-back, though, or on a back-to-back.
Well, that's what it is.
Yeah, last night they won, beat the Kings as dogs. Shout out Dustin Wolf. It's great in that.
That's what it is.
So now I assume Vladar is going to be playing this game.
Gotcha.
Only time I fade the Flames is with Vladar and net. Pretty much only time I take them is going to be with Wolf and net. Canucks also just looked absolutely pitiful against the Oilers. So if there's any one favorite or one of the bigger favorites I think I'd lay today, it's probably Canucks.
Okay, maybe that's the parlay piece. Vancouver.
Yeah, I think that's your piece, not the Oilers personally.
All right. Yeah, you don't gotta say it twice. Gotcha. All right, maybe it's the Nucks. Minus 225. We'll see if I can find a second pairing for that. Interesting. Fading Calgary off a back-to-back. I mean, that shit does matter. And that makes sense why they're fat dog here in the spot. They played last night. Coming off that big win there, too. Now they put their shitty goalie in there. It's got to be Vancouver. All right, one more game. Late night. How about the Blue Jackets and the Kraken? You might not have a play in this one. I know the Kraken steals coins, but again, another pretty even records for both these squads, in my opinion. Both two pretty even teams relatively. Maybe Seattle's a little bit better. They're laying 170. I know the Blue Jackets aren't great. Their record's probably a little bit better than people expected preseason, right? They're supposed to be one of the worst teams in hockey. Are we surprised by the minus 170? Is that pretty standard here for the Kraken at home? And is this a trap?
Pretty standard. The Blue Jackets have been terrible. I don't know if you remember this, but you remember the over? It wasn't the same situationally, but the over between the Kraken and Avs, one of my sticking points. The Kraken were coming off a couple of shutouts, but it was also the last game of a road trip where they'd been really, really bad, including those shutouts. The Blue Jackets, they're 0-4 on this current road trip, and that includes losses to. First of all, I mean they started off getting porked by the Caps. They lost by 5. They lost to the Sharks on the road, the Kings on the road, and the Ducks on the road. That is maybe one of the worst road trips, I think, in NHL history that you could come up with in your head. Now this is their last chance before they go back home on Friday and play the Penguins. So I would think, just like how the Kraken came out, when granted they were off a couple of shutouts, not the exact same scenario, but the Blue Jackets really haven't been much better than that. They're going to come out pretty aggressive in this one. So like I wouldn't be surprised the Blue Jackets stole one here. I've been kind of going back and forth of whether I want to play just them straight up or take the over or maybe meet in the middle with a team total over. But I think this game is going to be really, really open very quickly. So like I think there's goals in this game. I think CBJ probably opens the scoring first, and there's probably some point squares you can take in this game. I know there's a one on the Kraken side with Jordan Eberle, who made his way to the pop tab, and he's fully read out after he really hasn't had to do much of anything. But I like that. I like some stuff on the CBJ side as well. But could be, as Trent says, a good game for props.
Huh. You got Seattle, who was just playing just as bad as Columbus before they finally got that big win at home as dogs against Vegas. So they kind of stopped the bleeding there after 4 straight losses, 4 straight games. They didn't keep it even relatively close. You got the Blue Jackets coming in off of 5 straight losses, 5 straight games that were not really close or competitive at all. And a lot of those games were against not great teams. I feel like it's got to be either the over or Columbus in this game.
Yeah, my gut tells me the over, because I think, the Kraken, like they had that road trip. They were really good early against the Avs, and then it fell apart. It's like they're aggressive, and that overdid its job. They came home, got a big win against VGK. Kind of feels like the sleepy fall apart spot, because they follow this game up with Blackhawks and Islanders on the weekend. So another couple sleepy games. Maybe they got to come out, and I know I see DeGen saying get right for the offense. They kind of need it, even though they put up 4 and won that game against VGK. Over is probably my play there. I think I'm going to settle on that.
Look at the bets on the under as well on Pickett. I know it's not a ton of coins, but under very popular as well.
That's
good.
Kind of weird to me.
The under 6.5 has moved from -130 to -120. Depends on where you're looking, aka the juice is moving towards that over. Got to be a good sign. Maybe we get a great game tonight, late night, between both these squads. Lean Columbus, but probably that over. Even a better look.
Yeah.
All right. Sure. 6-4 type of game. DeGen saying in chat. What's up, DeGen? Saw your tweet yesterday. I was geeking at that. Or 2 days ago, whenever it was. Hilarious. All right. Let's move to college basketball. And then we're going to do NBA and craft up a little TNT 2-piece for you guys. All right. But first, let's get to college. I want to talk about some of these other really good games for tonight. We can scroll through Pickett Pro here. Jovan, I do like St. Joe's in this early game. I feel like I made that pretty clear, but you're not the biggest fan of St. Joe's. You're not sprinting to the counter to tail this one with me? A little bit worried?
Not sprinting, but I don't have a Villanova ticket and will not have a Villanova ticket, so I can't say much.
All right. Yeah, I like St. Joe's, man. I do. I think they're the better squad. I'll take the +2.5. I don't see Villanova slowing down their 2 stud guards. Eric Reynolds hasn't even been their best player on their team, and that kid's a stud. I'll take St. Joe's. Yeah. We'll see what's fake sharp or what's not in that game. Seen a lot of people on both sides. It's an early standalone game, so I get it, but seen a lot of tickets on both sides in that game. A lot of Villanova tickets too, man. Surprisingly. Could be good, right? What about Kansas and Michigan State, right? We took Kansas on Friday, brutal. That's on me. I take full blame there. Is it the Spartans getting 6 points here? 5.5? 6 points on ESPN tonight. Neutral site game as well, so do not get it twisted, chat. This game is being played in Atlanta at the State Farm Arena. Is it the Spartans getting about 6 points here on the spread against number 1 ranked Kansas? What do you think?
I'll tell you, my gut tells me immediately, because I feel like this happens every Champions Classic. Usually there's an odd man out team and a team that is not quite as good as the other 3. This year, I would say it's pretty clearly, as of right now, Michigan State. That team kind of always finds their way into a close game or a cover. So I didn't want to fade Michigan State, I didn't want to fade Kansas, even though I do think it is Kansas, because they just had that massive collapse. Obviously, last game, a lot of that was because they could not guard the ball for shit. All the guards for UNC were just running right past them, and then they ended up getting into foul trouble, so nobody was down there in the paint. Shout out Hunter Dickinson. So after a while, they just kind of wore them down with that, made some big shots. Michigan State's, all their guards are super young and obviously not the guards that UNC has. So I think over the full course of the game, you'll see Kansas kind of wear them down, as opposed to what happened inversely in that other game against UNC. So I like Kansas. I'm not going to get to the counter with it, though, because it feels like the whole Monday Night Football doubleheader system, where it's the one team that people want to bet on the least, and they always find a way.
Yep. I've also seen some Sparty tickets floating around, people taking them, but then I look at the splits and I'm not seeing many. Not on Pickett, not on Visson, Not seeing many bets on Michigan State at all. Gun to my head in GTA, I'm leaning Sparty. I'm leaning Coach Izzo. I'm leaning Michigan State here. Probably not going to get to the counter, especially with how Kansas closed out that last game where they barely held on for dear life and they almost blew it. They kind of already had a scare in that last game. And I've seen people, gassing up Sparty as well. It seems like kind of an easy play as a dog, but then you look at the splits and you see it all in Kansas and get kind of confused. So probably going to sit this one out. Lean Sparty. Want to bet him, but not going to force it. Too many other really good games. Another weird game, not a great game, like Kansas-Michigan State matchup, but Monmouth and NIU is a game that's looking pretty sharp. People have been hitting me up about it as well. Monmouth flipping from a dog to a fave on the road against NIU. I like Monmouth. I lean Monmouth. That's a team that just comes through and wins and covers more often than not over the last couple of years as well. So you have your coins on a team that respects coins, which is a good start already. And fade NIU is probably a good move as well. They're 1-1, but they got crushed by Georgia Southern in that last game on the road. They're nothing special. Monmouth is coming in off of giving up 103 points in their last game to Temple. And you're telling me they're moving to a favorite? That tells me it's probably Monmouth on the road here. But look at the splits. People are betting them. Maybe that's why the line's moving.
There's not many bets. Not many bets, Krabs.
Good point. Good point. Still like Monmouth and the Hawks on the road here, flipping from a dog to a fave.
Yeah, I can get down with it.
All right. William and Mary is up to -2.5 at home against Norfolk State, who's been a wagon in their conference in recent years, Jovan, and they're still undefeated right now, 3-0. You got William and Mary, who's been, a basement dweller in their conference, nothing special recently, but they're catching some steam after a loss to Radford. Kind of weird. I like William and Mary. I like them here at home in the spot on the ML. Up to -2.5 on the spread. I lean William and Mary against undefeated Norfolk State, but fade Norfolk State over the last couple of years has not treated me well. Full transparency.
Yeah, they are kind of always super sharp to fade.
Yep.
I mean, I'll tip cap, not getting involved in that one.
Okay. I lean the Tribe. Real Nicky Gamble's in chat saying first true road game for Norfolk. Yeah, that could have something to do with the weird line, but you can't tell me +2.5 for that program. I don't care if they're on the road. They're playing William and Mary. That's a little bit weird. Weird. It's got to be William and Mary. But we'll see if it plays out because typically fade Norfolk State does not work. So TBD if I'll get to the counter on that one, but I definitely lean the Tribe on the ML. Okay. Let's move. Let's groove. Let's talk about FAU and UCF. You got any thoughts on that game?
Yeah, I kind of want to take FAU. I thought
really?
It was pretty interesting that we were seeing 6.5 to 5, and UCF so far, I mean, they've been getting a lot of respect on their home court, and it started with when they were super short without their best player against Texas A&M, a ranked squad, and they ended up coming through and winning that game outright. And now you're seeing some steam towards FAU on the road. That was really interesting to me, and FAU really hasn't had a real game yet.
Definitely weird. The problem with this bet, although I would not want to be taking UCF, I lean FAU with you 100%. You still got that big name FAU school. I know Dustin May already left and stuff, but they've went on some runs in recent years. I'm not really sprinting to the books to lock in an FAU ticket this season, although they do look like the sharp side here on the road, down from +6.5 to +5. Not really in a rush to bet them after their legacy run over the last couple of seasons, right? Could be some respect still lingering around with that team on the spreads and with the money as well. I mean, I know it doesn't matter. Not a lot of bets in on this game already, but on Pickett, all the bets are on FAU. Weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
I will say
Maybe
FAU is they have a pretty interesting team. Like, have you taken a look at their roster at all, Krabs?
I mean, yeah, they lost all their goats.
Yeah, they just put together like a super big athletic team. So like they have Baba Miller, has come over from FSU, who's like a weird, super athletic guy, not the greatest offensive guy, but they have Ken Evans from Jackson State too. So he's a scorer. He's also really big. They have 7-foot freshmen. So UCF is not the most proficient, I guess, scoring team. They struggle with creating offense at times, especially when they're, a little shorthanded as of now. So I feel like FAU defensively might give them some problems.
Okay. Wow. Well, that totals up about 5 points. So maybe it's just the over in that game.
I mean, FAU can score too.
Panda saying UCF's got some players hurt or questionable. Could have something to do with it as well.
Have all season.
Okay. Let's keep moving and grooving here, gents. I don't want to get caught up too much in some of these crummy games. I want to make sure we have some time for the good ones, right? Jovan, let me know if I'm cutting, some games out that you want to talk about, but I'm going to keep scrolling down the board here and try to find a better game. Thoughts on UIC and Northwestern, little rivalry game? Any thoughts there?
I can't say I have too many thoughts
Probably not.
on that one, Krabs.
You got Northwestern coming in off a loss to Dayton, where they did not cover. They got hooked. Now they're at home. They're playing a UIC team that just beat a depleted Yale squad. They lost their best player this offseason. It's probably Northwestern laying the points, but not going to get cute there. You got Columbia laying 8.5 against Lehigh, and I believe Columbia's last game was that crazy upset. Oh, no, they do have another game squeaked in there. They've beaten Loyola, Maryland, the Greyhounds, W. They've beaten Villanova. They've beaten Delaware State. Okay, Lehigh's coming in off of 2 losses. They're 0-2 this season. And Lehigh is only plus 8.5 in this spot against 3-0 Columbia. I would lean Lehigh, but probably not going to bet it. Really nasty play. Siena American. Is Siena legit? I've been waiting for the Siena team to show me something over the last couple years. They've got NIL money. They typically have a pretty solid basketball program. The guys they bought, the guys they brought in the last couple years have not done shit. But this season looks a little bit different. Is Siena a threat? Are the Saints a live dog here against American at home? I know American fading them is a death wish, Jovan. We learned that over the last couple seasons, but their team is not good. They've taken a little bit of a step back. They're coming in off an outright win against Harvard, another team that's taken a step back this season. So I don't see, that's not that great of a win as it looks like on paper as plus 2 dogs. Siena's done job this season as well. They just beat Bryant on the road. Impressive. Before that, they beat Brown outright. Could this Siena team just be different this season? I kind of want to back the Saints.
They might. I think I'm going to wait a little longer than the first week and a half before I jump in on fading American, though.
Yeah, it's fair. They steal coins. Towson, South Carolina.
Thieves.
Yeah, they're thieves. I'm down to wait that one out. We'll see how legit Siena really is and see if American just pulls off another miracle. Couple other nasty games here. Towson, South Carolina. How about Towson opening up plus 7 in this spot on the road to South Carolina? Anybody else think that was weird? Or is it just me? I know Towson's got a solid program. They have a very good coach, a better coach than that program should have. And Towson plays some good defense, although they didn't in the last game against St. Mary's. That game fucking soared over when I had the under. But they've had a ton of time in between that game and this one. Maybe that has something to do with it, Jovan, the shorter spread. Towson's had a week to prep for this game. South Carolina's coming in off a big win against South Carolina State. But, they better beat them by 22. South Carolina State. Give me a break. Before that, though, they lost to North Florida. The South Carolina team is not great. I've been fading them over the last couple of years after that Final Four run, and it's treated me pretty well. Although they are catching a little bit of steam here, I still like Towson on the road to keep this one within 8.5 points. What are your thoughts on the Tigers against the Gamecocks, a team that's had some trouble against these smaller schools in recent years? I went to a George Washington game a couple of years ago. They lost outright. South Carolina did. Crazy.
Yeah, they're, I don't know, they've kind of evolved into a little different of a team, I would say. Much better defensively. It's just, I don't know. I don't know if the spread looks all that weird to me, judging off the fact that South Carolina last time they were at home in a somewhat similar spot, because I'm not counting South Carolina State when they're much bigger favorites, but they lost outright to UNF in that game.
Yep.
If I'm looking at this game, I don't know who's guarding anybody on the inside. If you're Towson going up against any of the South Carolina bigs, they're way too much. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but super athletic, super strong. I don't know if they have anybody, and that was their problem in the St. Mary's game. So, I don't know if I see the same thing happening.
Okay. Yeah. Keep an eye on this Towson Tigers team, though. They're gritty. They've been hanging around in some of these games. I got a handful of other games I want to get to before we get to the NBA. Tempo and pace. We got Craig Boogie coming in, resubbing as well. Let's go, Craig. Sure we can. Yay, lads is saying Towson's a lax school, staying off. You're not wrong. Jovan, let me throw a couple more games at you here before we get to the NBA. How about North Florida at Georgia? Any thoughts on this game? Georgia catching some steam against a really good North Florida team that's starting to get some votes in the AP poll. They did at least the other day. They're undefeated. They pulled off some upsets this year, but they're up from plus 10.5 to plus 14.5. Weird. Huh.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
One that also looks to be in the running for maybe a JV
Fake shot POD.
Yep. Yeah, it's also very popular today, and I love it. I want to get involved because I feel about Georgia. I think they're over the course of like maybe the back half of their non-conference, or I guess they probably got to start picking up now before they play Marquette's and St. John. But I think they're good. I think they're going to evolve into a much better team. North Florida's been on their legacy run to start the year with a couple really good performances. Like now, if they're getting steam, Georgia is. It looks a little odd. Sure, the matchups there too with the guards that Georgia has. So, I mean, I like Georgia. Not going to get involved. Staying true to my rule, but it definitely is a little weird.
Yeah, I lean Georgia. I might end up getting on them, but I just want to fade North Florida after some of these crazy wins. They've already beaten South Carolina. They've already beaten Georgia Tech. I kind of want to back Georgia, who spanked them last year when these guys played. I think they spank them again. Georgia, not notoriously a great college basketball program, right? Not good, unless they have Anthony Edwards coming back. Who the heck wants to bet them laying 14.5 against a red-hot North Florida? Probably nobody. I'll do it. I'll bet them. Give me the Bulldogs, right? Especially with how bad that football program's been right now. They need a spark. Maybe the basketball team picks it up. Give me Georgia.
Sure.
All right. Any more late-night Geysermans? You talked about TCU. You like the over in that game. You talked about Baylor laying 16. You like them against Sam Houston. I'm going to auto-tail that one anyways. If you're fading Sam Houston, come on. Has to be done. Any other late-night plays or games that you got on your mind, Jovan, before we move and groove? I guess Kentucky Duke is a big one, late night.
Yeah.
I want to bet Kentucky.
There? Kentucky?
I want to bet Kentucky, man. I want to fade Cooper Flagg. Look, he's been impressive so far. Don't get me wrong. But I like Pope's squads at Kentucky. I think they've been impressive so far. You get Calipari out there getting fat, happy, and complacent. You get some new blood in there, former alumni. I think Kentucky's rolling right now, and I like the squad they have. Down from +7 to +5.5 against Duke. I know Duke's not home in this game. I believe it's a neutral site. Yep, in Georgia as well for this one. I like Kentucky to keep this one within 5.5 points. It looks sharp. Chat saying they like the under. Yeah, I don't mind the under in a big game. Either one of these two games on ESPN tonight, I like the under in. But give me Kentucky on the spreads. I like what I'm seeing out of Pope's boys, and I want to fade this young Duke team who's going to have their hands full in their biggest battle of the season yet.
Yeah, I'm in on that. Obviously, I think the key to the game is going to be in the paint because you would think not only with how fast these two teams play, especially Kentucky, but just the general feel of the game, you kind of think it's going to be a game played in transition. I don't really think that's the case. I guess that leans to the under and definitely leans Kentucky's way. But Amari Williams is going to be the GOAT.
That's your guy.
Yeah.
Do your job, Amari Williams.
Yeah.
Hey, Queens plays tonight, by the way. Hate to interrupt, but this is important.
Wow.
Queens plays tonight. Our beloved Queens. We missed our window, I think, back in them, though. They just won outright against Western Carolina. Pulled off that upset in that last game. They're playing Utah on the road tonight. They're getting 22.5 points. I don't want to bet them at that number. That's a fat number. If it was in the teens, I'd be interested. But that kind of shows me that might be a tough game for Queens going across the country, playing Utah on the spot, right?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm not backing Queens. I think we missed our spot last game. Fuck. I'm not fading Utah at home either. That's probably Queens' toughest game they've ever played in program history.
Probably
traveling all the way out there to Utah, to be honest with you, bro. Jeez. We got follows coming in right now. Rim Sharp, Real Tyler. We got Aaron, White Boy. We got Poindexter D15 coming in. Hella boys coming in. Dropping some follows in here on Twitch. We appreciate you guys. Stick around. Follow us on YouTube as well. Drop a subby. Drop a subby. 2 words. Drop a subby on the YouTube. Okay. Yeah, Khan has been nuts for Duke as well. Can that continue?
Yeah.
It might.
If he doesn't get his points today, I think Twitter's bankrupt.
Yep. Yeah, surely he gets it again. 3 games in a row, right? Yep. All right. Let's move and groove onto some NBA talk here, Jovan. I do want to craft up a TNT 2-piece, if we can, in a perfect world. But before we do, I want to give you the floor here. Any NBA games that you're loving? Any angles or reads you've got in these games tonight before we dive in and talk about some PrizePicks squares?
I mean, to be honest, not too much. Just why nothing really made the Sharp report today. I do think it's maybe a little weird the Heat are still favorites without Jimmy in Detroit. I think that game's going to get weird. I think it's a Terry
Okay.
Rozier masterclass. But aside from the point, I like that in that game. The Knicks line looks kind of alarmingly short with first game back for Joel Embiid. I was expecting it to be even a much bigger line for the Knicks, and I think people pointed that out too. So maybe a little weird. I do think the Bucks monk. That was my first probably inkling on the looking at the slate for the first time, but fading the Raptors when they're big dogs has kind of been a death wish.
Yeah.
And then the Jazz are, I guess, the sharp play at home, which never hits. So Suns were considered.
Okay. Somebody in chat was asking about Joel Embiid squares on PrizePicks, saying they're kind of low. I mean, if I had to guess, he's probably not playing, full workload, probably not playing full minutes today in this game, right?
Yeah.
That's probably why his squares are a little bit low. He's going to be on a minutes restriction probably, at least minimally. So, yeah, I'm not in a rush to fade Embiid today, but definitely not taking his more thans. That's for sure. All right, why don't we take a peep at these two games on TNT tonight and see if we can craft up a TNT two-piece? How about it? Jovan, we're not asking for the world. We're asking for two gents to do their jobs in these two primetime TNT games for tonight. Why don't we get in the lab? Two great games on TNT. We've got the Knicks at the 76ers. Speak of the devil. Talk about those games. Talk about Joel Embiid and co. And then we've got late night Dallas at Golden State. So two great games on TNT tonight and no excuses for us. Plenty of options in these two games. Why don't we start in the one in Philly? You've got the 2-7 76ers +3. They get Embiid back. Knicks are laying 3 on the road here. They're 4-5. Both these teams have been pretty disappointing so far this season. The total in this game is actually down since Embiid's been announced back in, down from that opener of 215.5 down to 212.5. Interesting. So maybe not the best game for PrizePicks squares, or maybe we can even take a less than. Any initial thoughts in this game?
Well, initial thoughts. I do not want to take a Sixer, clearly.
Okay.
Unless we're getting to the counter with fading Embiid, which, I mean, honestly, his lines are super low for maybe a minutes restriction option, but I really don't want to even do because that guy's probably going to try and prove a point first game back, even if he's on a restriction. So keep me away, I would say, from everything Sixers. I assume you agree with that. Then looking at the Knicks, Jalen Brunson is the first taco on the board today, Krabs.
Okay.
So that probably crosses out another option. I would say it leaves us with 2. I think it's Cat or Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, I'm looking at Michael Bridges right now. That's kind of the guy that I was hoping you were going to say.
Yeah. I mean, Miles McBride's an option too, obviously, but I don't think that's a preferred option for this game.
Maybe it's Miles Bridges. Is there something in particular you were looking at to take for him? His points is kind of high. His rebounds doesn't look that weird. His PRA looks high. Doesn't look like he's going to be shooting as many threes as he's been doing in recent games. Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, you would think with Cat out on the perimeter too at times, Embiid's going to be pulled out of the paint, so it's going to be whoever can drive, which Brunson's obviously a main guy for that, but he's the taco, so I'm not going to get involved there. So maybe it's Bridges more inside the restricted area this game.
What do you guys think about this game, chat? Looks like we got Adam in the chat. He says he loves Scary Terry today. He says he's on PG-13. Thinks Embiid opens up the floor for him.
Scary Terry is a Krabs. Granted, it makes a lot of sense because of the injury, but seeing that chart?
You can take a peep at it. That's your guy on Miami's. Gosh, it could be. We might have to just go with Michael Bridges. Why don't we take a peep at that second game as well? I got to use the bathroom real quick, but take a peep at the second game, Dallas Golden State. I think we'll have a better chance finding the square in that game. And then I'll hop in and we can confirm.
Kind of already have one out there a little bit. I mean, it depends on if we're dying on the hill of the narrative. I would love to just take the red out Rob with Clay that just got bumped up to 8.5. Threes attempted. He's jacking today. He's jacking shots, jacking threes. I don't care if he makes them. He can shoot Shugs, bagels, triple tour dates if he wants to. He can go 0 for 10. I don't give a shit. Just jack him. Just jack him. That's all we're asking. So, I mean, that would be my preferred method to target something in this game. Why are we not taking Cat? I don't know. Give me a Cat sell job then. Clay turning into pork. That's exactly what we need. We need Clay to turn into pork. Don't care if he makes them. Go to Golden State and put up shots. We got Rav, loving Warriors more and more. I bet. That could be air, though. It could so be air. Clay shooting them out of the game, potentially.
I am more than down to ride with your Klay Thompson square and keep it simple in that last game. Easy, effective. You give a hell of a sell job. It's a red out chart. It's getting bumped up. I feel like we keep it simple. And maybe we focus on this first game. Chat, who do you guys like in the Knicks versus 76ers game? What are we thinking? Paul George threes, I'm hearing. Let me take a peep at Paul George out of respect. I'm not a big Paul George guy. Look at his assist square. He has 17 assists in his last 2 games, and he's up for 4.5 assists.
Good Lord.
Well, he's got his counterpart back, though, Joel Embiid, tonight, so that might help. You wouldn't want to fade Paul George assists, would you?
I wouldn't tell you no.
Huh. What do we think, chat? Is that too cute? We got first-time chatter Carter coming in saying Knicks -3 he likes. Okay. We got hella follows coming in right now. Stay calm and dice me up. Sure. Appreciate the follow. Carter, thank you. Slinging Aces, sure. Bet Better Sports. Thank you guys for the follows. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, Jovan, maybe we got to trust ourselves in this game. I don't hate the Michael Bridges look. I just feel like for some reason I want to take a less than in here. And I'm not seeing too many points in this first game with that total moving down. But you could convince me on Michael Bridges looking at some of these squares. I'd say we go him or maybe fading Paul George's on his assist with Joel Embiid coming back. That's a weird square to be that green when he's had 17 assists recently. We could fade Embiid and just sack up and do that.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going to take a less than, I'd probably rather just be straight up on Embiid. I just would really love to not get involved with
I'm worried that Embiid is going to be a dickhead and he's just going to fucking go nuts and try to prove a point like you were saying earlier.
The lines are low because he's going to be on like somewhat of a minutes restriction, even if it's very slight. Like that's why it's low. That's why it's super green, obviously. But when he comes back, even when he's limited, he goes out there and he plays fucking hero ball to go out there and make a point, especially when people have been bitching about him not playing all year. So that's my only concern.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to fade him tonight.
And then his usage, or I don't know, if the restriction is much larger than we all know, lack of it, kind of fucks up the squares for everybody else. On the Sixers, at least.
I'm looking, chat. Any thoughts on OG Anunoby? He's been going off.
I mean, yeah.
Dude, my gut's telling me it's fading Paul George assists. After 17 assists in his last 2 games. And then he gets his star player back, and it's still at 4.5. Weird.
I mean, that could be extremely sharp.
Are you trying to get nasty and take Paul George less than assists?
If you're dropping B for it.
I think that's what my gut's telling me here, man. Less than 4.5 assists for the team.
Yeah, that is also a good point that Tyrese Maxey is out. So that does certainly not help.
Just weird. Weird that squares up.
It is. It's weird that it's as low as it is.
PG runs the ball with Maxey out. Yeah, why is his assist at 4.5 then? You're telling me that's just a free more then? All right. Well, we can keep that out then if you guys don't love it. That's okay. I'm also seeing that Bridges he's 0 for 7 from 3, they're saying, in his last game.
Macau Curry.
Yeah. That's crazy. Should we just take his points?
I'd be so down.
More than 14?
Be so down.
Okay. And then Klay Thompson, more than 3 points attempted?
That could be it.
We've got Michael Bridges, more than 14 points. And we've got Klay Thompson, more than 8.5 3-pointers attempted. I get down with that.
Brunson will see Oubre most likely. Macau will see undersized guards. I like that matchup, especially if the paint's a little more open, because you would assume Cat's going to be bringing out whoever to the perimeter.
I just locked it in. Two piece. Gutsy, if you want the link, I can send it to you, my man, and then we can get to the squad ride here in a moment. Let me send you this link. Chat, 2-piece, hold the fry. It is up on the screen. If you want to tail and get involved, we appreciate all the new follows as well. CBAN, iMod Streams, Nor53. Appreciate you guys. W's. Michael Bridges, definitely not how to say his first name, but I'm going to keep pissing off chat. Michael Bridges, more than 14 points. And Klay Thompson, more than 8.5 3-pointers attempted. Love it. Good. All right, chat. The link is being dropped. I got you. I'll put it in the chat myself. I got you, Gutsy. Is it about that time for a squad ride? Should we spend a couple extra minutes on it? No rush, no stress. End on time before surge. I'm in there. Gutsy, run that shit. I want to see that train. All right, chat. Yeah. I'm locking in.
Did forget to talk about this. It's the NBA Cup that starts today.
Oh, sure. They got the fucking in-season tournament 3 weeks in.
Yeah.
We got that going on today.
I was trying to get Trent to lock in a future of a winner.
Sure.
I don't know if he's decided on his yet, but we were talking about the Clippers potentially.
Huh. So is it all these games? Probably not, right?
Yeah.
All the games today are involved in this in-season tournament? Okay.
Yeah, they're all in like pool play.
Yep. All
right.
Like
they're seeding games.
Interesting. Yeah, what are your thoughts on the in-season tournament? I don't like that it's so early into the season here, but do you like it? They spice things up a little bit, give these younger guys some motivation, get some more effort going, and get some more effort in these games, right?
Love that.
Yeah, I mean, it worked last year. You even had LeBron and guys, putting in some effort.
Yeah,
in the regular season.
That'll be fantastic for props too.
I like it. I don't know if I liked it. It's this early, but it's about the time of the NBA season when people stop giving a shit on the court. So maybe that's why they're doing it.
Right? I like it because we'd probably be waiting another couple weeks to see Embiid on the court if that was the case.
That's a good point. Yeah, chat's saying they like it that it's that early. It helps. I agree. All right.
And they still find a way to play no defense.
Yeah, no defense will be played, as Gutsy's saying, but at least minimally more defense. It might be, minimal, right? But there will be at least a little bit more effort out there on the court tonight. That's good. Need more effort in the NBA. All right. That's why I love the college kids, watching them play so much. Effort and heart. Might not have skill, but they got effort and heart. Okay. And Jovan, speaking of college basketball, are there any CBB plays that you want to put in the squad ride vote for today? I know there weren't a lot of plays that we were in love with. I like St. Joe's a lot. I like Kentucky a lot. You like Baylor a lot. Out of those three, I mean, you've got that TCU over as well that I could be definitely convinced. What play is looking at you funny?
That TCU over is speaking to me.
You're liking that play the most?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll put that in there. 140 is what I'm seeing right now. You good with that?
Wow. Yeah.
Good.
I'm shocked to see that moving up.
Yeah, so am I, and that's making me like it. I'm putting it in there, no questions asked. Texas State TCU over 140 chat. God, I like that under on the ice you had too, man.
I was going to say, to be honest, the more that we talked about it, I kind of like that CBJ over even more.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me pull that up real quick. You like that CBJ over we talked through a little bit more now? Late night? Juice is moving up 10 cents. You like it enough to put in here? Like it's one of your favorite plays right now? Okay.
Yeah. Kind of, after we talked about it, I love the under in the Jets game too, but definitely, I think they're 1A, 1B. That's CBJ over
Okay.
with this being the last game of their dog shit road trip. It's
Okay.
kind of speaking.
Can we put my favorite college football play / my favorite play of the day in here today? And that's Ball State
Of course.
+4. Can we put that in here? Okay. Now I'll leave it up to you if you want to put in Bowling Green. I know you were, kind of in the middle with that St. Joe's play. I probably don't love it enough to put meat on tape for it.
Yeah, I mean,
I
you
do
make
like
the
the
call
play,
there.
to be on it.
That's
Okay.
You're the CBB guy here, Krabs. If you like it enough to put it in
Okay.
there, don't let me stop you.
We got some subbies coming in real quick. Window Liquor. It's been a while, my man. Used to come in here and splooge subbies left and right. We appreciate you. Welcome back, Window Liquor. Good to see you. Hope
Window
you're doing
Liquor.
well. Hope you're doing well, my man. Crazy name. Crazy name. Appreciate the subs. Okay. Krabs, can I get a 3 weeks into the season report on how you feel about the Wizards? I mean, these young guys are good, right? I don't know if the team's not good, but the young guys are better than I thought. Maybe not Sar, but Bubs. Keyshawn George is going to be an NBA player for the next decade in the league. Maybe not in the Wizards for his full career, but that kid's a stud. He's an NBA player. I like these young guys. I do.
Did you hear Draymond glazing the shit out of the Wizards the other day?
Yeah. Like a week ago, that was awesome. Because they played hard as shit in that game. For the first time ever, Draymond Green was like, holy shit, the Wizards put some fucking effort into that game. And they were throwing some bows. They were playing some defense. He liked the energy out of the young guys. He said pretty much for the first time in his career, he saw some effort from the Wizards. When they played against them, usually you go in there and you absolutely wipe the floor with them. Good to hear that. Good to hear that. We need to trade Kuz, and we need to trade, what's his name? Why am I blanking? We need to trade some of our veteran contracts on this team that we really just don't need guys like Kuzma right now. Let's trade him for picks. Corey Kispert on a very friendly contract. Let's trade him for picks. We don't need these guys right now.
I love Corey Kispert.
So do I. Oh, we got hella sub banks coming in, dude. 10 more subbies coming in from Window Liquor? No way, bro. Been great, brother. Hit 55K 2 weeks ago. Holy shit, dudes.
Wow. Legacies.
Let's go, bro. Appreciate the subbies. You're a goat. Always welcome. Let me know when you're sweating tonight, Window Liquor. All right. Let's lock in. Jovan, I would not mind just putting these 3 plays in there. Texas State, TCU over. Ball State +4. CBJ and Seattle over 6.5. I wouldn't mind going quality over quantity and just running it with those 3 plays. I mean, I like Bowling Green a lot as well. It's right up there, 1A, 1B with Ball State. You want to put that in there too?
Play in there.
Bowling Green -9.5.
Blaine Train with another 5 gifted.
Wow, let's go, Blaine.
Goats, more bangs.
All right, Gootsy, why don't we run up that subby or run up the squad ride poll? We'll get that shit up and moving here. 4 plays, 4 winners. Texas State, TCU over 140. Ball State +4. CBJ, Seattle over 6.5. And Bowling Green -9.5. Hurry up. Go, 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 go. Get involved. Don't just sit there. Change your life. Change our lives. Find us a winner. Click the right button. Keep the blinders on. Don't just click the play that you want to watch on TV later. Click the play you heard us talk about that you're like, wow, that shit's hitting. Wow, that shit's nasty as hell. I want to tail it. No one else on earth is taking it. That play is gross. It's turning green. I'm voting for that one. That's how you guys should be thinking looking at this poll, right? Not just taking, I want to bet an ice hockey play. I'm going to take the fucking hockey play in the poll. No. Okay, click the best fucking sell job. Click the play you know is turning green in your heart.
William Gates with some bangs.
Wow. Kennedy Gates, you're actually a goat. I was geeking the other day watching you come on Surge Stream, and you were in a full office. Reminded me back in my corp days. My man's connected to a Cisco WebEx through his company portal and was fucking on the stream. Probably on a giant monitor in his office. Imagine somebody walks in there and they just see this guy with Trent on the screen. Dude, hilarious, bro.
That's a guy that I know wants it.
He wants it. We know that.
On a day-to-day basis, he wants it. He's in the lab grinding.
Ken, we know you want it, brother. We know you want it. That's never been a question. We appreciate you. Thank you for the subbies. And as always, thank you for going on the Surge Stream. Put in some effort, some time, and giving some great sell jobs. Kennedy Gates, a.k.a. Bill Gates. Chat, you got about 30 seconds left. Hurry up. Go, 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 go. We've got the Surge Stream starting up here right after this as well, guys. So stick around. Do not go anywhere. And like I said before, you can always go back and rewatch TMA with Mikey Overs and Trent earlier today on YouTube as well. Dilgod coming in with 5 subbies. Let's go, boys. Sure we can.
Dilgod,
we got a hype train moving and grooving.
Need you in the rec lab. I'm getting back in the rec lab tonight.
Sure. You guys are goated. Looks like you want to take that play on the ice tonight, that over that we talked ourselves into, like it a lot more. The over on the ice, Jovan. Columbus and Seattle over 6.5 late night. Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
Full slate of
I'm in.
CBB. We're betting on 2 shit hockey teams. Love it.
Sign me up. Wouldn't have it any other way. Okay. Chat, we appreciate you guys. Good to be back. All right. We're going to be absolutely locked in, dialed in the rest of the week. Okay. If you haven't joined Team Trent already, please, we'll drop the link one more time. Join Team Trent before you forget. How many times do I got to say it? Join the team before you forget. It takes 30 seconds and we're winning this shit. No other team's putting in more effort into finding their squares, their winners, than Team Trent. Okay. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place.